But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Good morning. Good morning. Well, I got a greeting that I'd never gotten before
From the guy.
I got good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Here, let me read from the transcript. Good morning. Good morning. Good Friday morning. And then I got, you have a good weekend. Have a good weekend. Which I've never gotten before.
Get the papers. Get the papers.
Get the papers. He is just a two-time motherfucker.
Yeah. OCD. Yeah, Waffle, he must be at home.
Oh, God.
Lift your clit hood. Lift your clit hood.
What's for dinner? What's for dinner? Good morning.
What is it, Good Friday?
Good Friday.
Oh.
Good Friday morning.
Is it a Good Friday?
It certainly is.
Every Friday's a Good Friday. Shouldn't they distinguish this differently?
I think they should have, but
Every Friday's a Good Friday.
it's a wonderful Friday, I say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How warm is it going to be in New York today? 60?
57 to 59
All right.
degrees.
We can do that. We're having a normal spring, thank God.
Yeah.
Started off a little weird, 85 degrees in early March or whatever it was, but hey, my New York Mets.
Your Mets.
Kidding. Stupid Mets. Now the Mets are just lying to everybody.
Yeah.
They're a bunch of liars. They're saying they had the largest crowd ever at Citi Field
They're
yesterday.
not lying to right.
And a lot of the sports blog sites are going, there were a lot of empty seats. How are they saying it was a sellout and largest crowd ever?
Largest crowd ever?
They're saying largest crowd ever at Citi Field.
And people are calling them out on this?
And I know a lot of these, teams, they like to count tickets sold, not necessarily, people at the stadium.
Right.
But you can't say largest crowd ever if you're panning the stadium and there's a lot of empty seats.
Yeah.
So
It's bullshit.
yeah, people just bullshit all the time.
That's bullshit.
But Bobo was there, so that's
Yeah, I was right.
He was actually, I saw a photograph of the Bobo. And he was at the game, and he's taking a picture with somebody that stated that Bobo goes around Citi Field asking people if they listen to Opie and Anthony.
That's so embarrassing.
And if they say yes, I gather his next step is, will I Bobo right?
All right.
All right.
Jesus, you got me snorting already.
He's hilarious.
Well, I'm Bobo right. I'm on the show right, but I got to get back on it right.
I love the Bobo.
I was going to talk about something else, but they got video of the 80-year-old fucking landing that plane? You've heard this story, right?
Oh, right.
80-year-old pilot drops dead while he's flying. His wife's sitting next to him, and guess what? Wife lands the plane and has no experience flying.
What's her name? Helen?
Well,
I think her name was Helen.
I'm trying to land the aircraft.
Dumb old broad.
but they were able to, give her a quick lesson, and she landed the damn thing
She
with
did
her dead
nose
husband right next to her.
She did nose it in, I think.
Well, I mean,
Didn't she?
All right, but she's alive. She walked away.
Right.
Are they going to show it, or are they going to cut right before it fucking lands?
Aviation.
And she kept her cool. Collins suffered only minor injuries.
Wow. All right, coming up as we
Why
wait for the
didn't they
March jobs
show?
numbers.
They showed the fucking plane flying overhead.
Yeah.
They showed it lining up on the runway
Yeah.
and coming down, kind of
Yeah.
hot. It was coming fast.
Yeah.
And then they cut away and
Yeah.
go, well, she landed the plane. Show it, fucko!
Wait, is that really the plane footage, or is that
You
somebody
think
else?
that was like
that looked like the footage.
Yeah.
Holy fuck!
We might have it right here. 80-year-old lands plane after husband passes out. Not passes out, dies. Why are they saying passes out?
Shit. Oh my God.
They put a plane in the air, so they're kind of like following her and stuff,
Yeah,
and
they-
talking to her and all that shit.
Yeah. Those things.
Here
There
we
we
go.
go. All right.
Milwaukee.
Sturgeon Bay woman is recovering tonight a day after her husband had a heart attack in the cockpit of their airplane just a few miles.
I mean, a heart attack or
12
something.
News' Colleen Henry reports new at 6. Another Sturgeon Bay couple helped her land the plane safely.
As the plane circled
What
over
happened?
Sturgeon Bay, emergency dispatchers were sending out a wide call for help.
Stark County Law Enforcement, this is Cindy.
There's a little bit of situation up at the airport there right now. A lady up in her airplane. Her husband was the pilot.
She thinks she's having a heart attack right now in the air.
John and Helen Collins were nearly home
Helen
from Marco
Collins.
Island, Florida, when 81-year-old John lost consciousness at the controls.
He is unconscious at this time now.
He is unconscious now?
Yeah, and the aircraft's circling right now.
She doesn't know how. Does anybody there able to talk her through it?
Once the initial call, she said she is not a pilot. It's her and her husband only.
Oh, my
She does
God.
not know anything about flying whatsoever.
As the
Whatsoever.
Collins family gathered at the airport below, another husband and wife team arrived to help bring the plane down.
It was a very surreal situation.
Was it?
Everybody was calm.
Kathy Vuksanovic is an FAA inspector and flight instructor. She coached Helen Collins by radio from the ground.
I got the feeling that John was slumped
They
over the
suck.
controls.
They
So our
totally
They actually had audio of the woman and
Would she be
everything.
able to manipulate the controls with him slumped over it.
Vuksanovic's husband, Rob, is a former Midwest Express pilot and an instructor. He was
Braggart.
also a friend of John Collins.
A very excited aviator.
Who cares about this part of it?
A prominent Sturgeon Bay business.
No radio, no video of the plane.
God.
Useless.
Parts for heating, air conditioning.
Who picked this clip?
Plumbing industries. No one there wanted to talk
Sam.
on camera, but Rob Vuksanovic says the Collins flew for work and for fun. Vuksanovic flew the couple's second plane to guide.
She
Helen
dented that
Collins
fucking thing
in.
up.
Yeah,
What happened?
did she?
She collapsed the nose gear.
Typical broad.
Really?
So the minute that the EMT extracted her or egressed her from the aircraft.
Egressed her.
Worst news clip ever.
Horrible, boring,
Holy shit.
an exciting story, most boring news clip I've ever seen.
Rescue workers took both
No.
Collins to
Unless
the
this is a
hospital,
completely
where they
different
pronounced
story.
John dead and treated Helen for minor
Yeah, he's dead, right?
injuries.
Okay.
In Sturgeon Bay, Colleen Henry, WIS.
They actually have audio of her like going, all right. I don't know. Okay. I'll do what you say.
Yes, I'm trying to land the aircraft. Ask me about my grandson.
Old people and their grandkids, shut up.
Dead husband They're proud of their grandchildren.
Of course they are.
My grandma used to walk around with a sweatshirt with every name of her grandkid on it.
When I land, I'll give you some Worthy's originals.
They're always giving candy to
The charm
people.
bracelet. My grandmother had
Stop
the
it.
charm bracelet, one for each of her.
Oh, yeah,
for
yeah,
5
yeah.
of our heads.
Tinkling as she's working the controls. Tinkle, tinkle, tinkle. Her husband's lifeless body going back and forth on the wheel.
Well, do you think she had to push the body over to get to the controls?
No, they said on the news report there that he was slumped over the controls.
controls, right.
And she had to literally kind of move him. He was moving.
That's what I
front
mean.
and
Push him
backwards.
over.
Yeah.
How do you think you move a dead body? You just push him over.
No, she didn't push him.
What'd you do?
She just left him on the controls, and when she was moving the stick, he would go forward and backwards because he was leaning on the fucking.
So did
the
she sit on
controls.
his dead lap or
No,
behind
you
him?
could fly from the co-pilot seat.
But she doesn't know that.
Well, there's a wheel in front of you. I guess she assumed that's what works it.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotcha. I gotcha.
It's like, hey, what's this thing in front of me?
But don't you have to push a button so then you could take control?
Nah, you could just
Oh, really? I
control it
didn't
from
know
there.
that.
Yeah.
Is this a better one where she's talking?
I don't know.
All right.
Oh, we got to
That
go
was
through
a heart
commercial.
attack. That sucks.
Oh,
Heart attack
up in
and
the
dying.
air. It's probably her yapping that did it. Shut up, Helen.
The last thing he ever heard was, that cloud looks like a labradoodle.
Shit.
But I mean, if you're 80, odds are something could happen while you're flying.
Yeah, perhaps,
So that's got to be some scary flying for everyone else.
spend as little time in the air as possible.
Right. All right.
I wonder how often that happens when people are alone in the plane, and they probably wouldn't know because they get so fucked up in the crash. But yeah, that'd be fucked up, you know.
Yeah, of course.
It's just an unguided missile.
Yeah. I got to admit, I think finally that we fucking just live in a different world than everyone else.
Yeah,
I just don't get it. And I'm talking about we're part of the media, I guess, but no one thinks like us. So I think we're fucked up.
yeah.
Yeah, because you got to start thinking and looking at things differently after a while. This Augusta thing,
Yeah.
everyone agrees women should be allowed in Augusta. I just don't see it.
I don't
Another one I
agree with
just
it.
don't see.
I don't agree with it. Not at all. I think guys should have,
Guys should have places they could go and just be guys.
not be,
That's all that's about.
not be hassled.
Right.
Because that's what happens.
I'm
We've
for
talked
equal
about it.
rights for women and all that shit and
Sure,
the glass ceiling crap and let's not pinch their heinies anymore.
Pinch their
But
heinies.
this shit, I don't get it. Like, if women are so powerful, why don't they go, you know what, Augusta, fuck you, we don't need you, we're going to start our own tradition.
Yeah, we'll start our own golf club thing.
You know?
Yeah.
Because like you said yesterday, it's not just allowing women into a man's, like, clubhouse.
Yeah.
And then let them just be men like we're men. Then everything changes after that.
Right. It all of a sudden becomes a place now that guys can't do what they were doing previously. If women were allowed in these clubs and everything remained exactly the same for the guys had no more restrictions than they had before the women came in,
right,
there wouldn't be an issue.
Right.
Who cares if they fucking want to be out there on the golf course or fucking, in the clubhouses, whatever, wherever.
Well,
but it changes so drastically what guys can do and the trouble they can get in by doing what they had been doing for years.
Right.
The rules become different. You have to
Right.
have
The rules become different. That's the problem.
Yep.
If they would sign some kind of contract, like, look, these guys don't feel like changing anything.
I'm being
If you want to be
harassed.
part of that, right. And you say, who cares? I mean, I worked around a golf course a long fucking time, and a lot of us have played golf. The fact remains, it's usually a woman in front of you slowing down everything because they just can't hit the ball as far.
Yep. That's what
Most
happens.
of them. There's a few out there,
Oh, there's
sure,
some bruisers
that can hammer it, but in general, they just can't.
They
and it
remove
slows
that-
down play.
They cut off that left tit intentionally so they could bring their arm around closer to their body.
Right. But if you say this on TV, they're going to fucking crucify you. Like, what's wrong with you?
These guys don't want their wives there. That's why they
Right.
don't want
Yeah,
women
that's
there.
another thing.
It's because then their wives would want to come, and this
Oh,
is the
boy.
chance to get away from them.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with getting away from your girlfriend,
ball and
your
chain.
wife. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Exactly.
There
Why do
really
people
is
see
nothing
a
wrong
problem?
with that. And then women, they start their own gyms, and you ask them, and they'll say, well, we were sick of, guys undressing us with their eyes. But that's fine.
It's
Then
hard
go-
to do, and it hurts. Ow, I'm like trying to unbuckle a bra. You're blinking.
There's a button in your eye.
Oh, you're cutting your fucking cornea.
But we're not.
Right, Anthony. Get it.
But we're not rising up going, oh, we should be able to go to those clubs too. Who cares?
Yeah.
So if you want true equality, then you should have the mindset of, like, who gives a fuck they don't allow us to do this and that, and let's start our own stuff.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I really don't, because even
either.
stupid Obama has to pipe up about it, and Romney, they should absolutely allow
Of
women,
course.
and
And meanwhile, they're full of shit.
You think if you sat them down?
Yes, if they're real, if they were talking like real guys without being in the public eye, they'd say the same thing. Stop it. You're not so fucking progressive.
Right.
Although Obama might not want it, because...
Well, he might have had some issues.
Yeah. But Romney, please.
Yeah. Romney loves a good exclusive fucking
Oh, my God. Romney would
non-inclusive club.
Romney would absolutely think differently.
Yeah.
If you had him in a bar somewhere having a beer with that guy.
Yeah, that and the Jews.
Right. That's all just bullshit. But I don't get it. No one's saying this. We're saying this.
Yeah, we're
Why?
saying it. We're saying it.
Are people too scared to say that?
Yes, it's the day and age we live in. It's almost a little, example of what me and Jimmy were discussing yesterday about repercussions that happen when you talk
speak
about
up.
things. Now we can talk about it because the context of this show is very different than what these politicians deal with. We're assholes,
Right.
But
I don't know. For assholes, I think we're pretty damn honest.
We're looked at as assholes.
Yeah, but a lot of people look at these stupid news shows and think they're getting an honest opinion on something.
they're not.
I don't believe it at all.
But if you come out like that, there'll be demonstration, fucking letters being written and threats, and then you could lose your job. And you should absolutely be allowed to voice your opinion on whether you want women at Augusta or any other club that's not inclusive like that.
Right.
And like Jimmy said, they're with their wives. Sometimes you just want to get away from the wife. And
there's a guy in my building who he's like kind of my real estate guy, and he plays golf, and he's always like, hey, you want to, love to, bring you to my my course, and we'll play around a golf. I'm like, that sounds cool. And then one day I kind of asked about membership, because me and my brother over the last few years were like, we love golf so much, we should try to like get a membership somewhere. So I asked him about it. He goes, and then he had to awkwardly tell me that it's a Jewish club.
I'm sorry, you can't come.
It's a Jewish club, and you pretty much have to be Jewish, or you have to jump through an incredible process to become a member there. I didn't get pissed off. I'm like, oh, all right.
You got to convert.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll look somewhere else. I don't care.
You should have elbowed him and said, "Who wants to hang out with a bunch of Jews?" Right?
Right. Who wants to hang out with a bunch of Jews anyway?
Elbowing him in the arm the whole time. Get it?
Bunch of cheap fucks. Just my experience when I was a caddy.
Give me a shtickle of ball cleaner.
Right. So that shit's still happening, but we're not fucking rising up and getting all pissed off as guys. I don't care. It's a Jewish club and I'm not allowed.
Right.
Who cares? I'll find another place.
Find another one. Exactly. That's just it. Enough of these people already.
I mean, it sounds like, the members of Augusta are a bunch of assholes, by the way.
Yeah.
Let's put that on the table as well. And they wouldn't look at us at all.
Women at Bushwood?
We would absolutely not be members of Augusta. But with that
Who is
said,
members of Augusta? Like who is Woody Johnson? Like, what does that guy do?
I don't know.
What was he?
Woody Johnson.
Isn't that the guy who runs Augusta?
Dick fucking references there in that name.
No.
Jesus.
But what did he do before that?
Dick Woody Johnson.
Right.
Like to be
Woody Turgid Johnson.
Dick Woody Johnson's a member.
Right.
Wait a minute. What?
You're not a fan of the dick names?
Nah.
You come across one every once in a while in your life, and it just makes you giggle. It doesn't matter how old you are.
Yeah.
It's like you go through life with that name. What?
I know. Beat up in school.
Is that him, Sam?
What is it? Dick Trickle?
Woody.
Dick
W-
Trickle was another one.
O-O-D-I-E.
Yeah.
Dick Trickle, the race car driver. It's like, how do you go through life with the name Dick Trickle?
Especially when you were a kid and they announced your last name first. Trickle Dick. Right. Trickle Dick.
Richard. It's Richard.
Yes,
Right.
please.
Trickle.
Fucking, your name is symptoms for chlamydia.
Yeah, Dick Trickle fucking owns it, though, man. He goes through life as Dick Trickle.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess we're just dopes.
Yes, we are.
W-O-O-D-I-E?
But every once in a while, this issue comes up with Augusta that they should allow women in to be members. I guess I've been told through the Twitter that you're allowed to play as a woman, I guess.
Yeah.
I think they let women on the actual course.
Mm.
Not a lot, though, I'm sure. I'm sure it's like,
Yeah, I'm sure they ration that out.
We used to have Ladies' Day at the Huntington Crescent Club. Tuesday was Ladies' Day.
That must be great.
Where they got privileges.
Whee!
And guys basically weren't allowed to play until, later in the day.
That's a peach, hon.
Yeah, so. Let's go to this guy real fast. It's Mark in Michigan. Mark.
Good morning, boys.
Hey,
Mark. I don't remember why. I think there were some protesters out front, but one year at the Masters, basically Augusta just told the sponsorships to go blow, and they didn't have sponsorship 1 year because there was so much controversy around it. Yep. So they just went sponsorless for 1 year.
Yeah, they don't care. They don't care about
They have the money there, man.
Yeah. All right.
But I respect that. Hey, if they're willing to do that,
yeah,
and it is their club,
yeah.
But the PGA could just play without Augusta if they technically wanted to, right? They could just go, "We're not doing a tournament here anymore."
Right.
But would Augusta care? They might care about that.
Look, I
don't know enough about golf.
I would say the majority of. Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
The majority
Put your
of problems in the workplace are caused by women.
Whoa. Whoa.
Guys did not invent human resources.
Holy shit.
We didn't need human resources.
Whoa. Whoa.
That is a fact. I don't even talk to women at SiriusXM because I don't want to fucking go to the human resources.
Oh, man.
office. That's where I'm at in my life. I go. I just say hi, I nod, and I move past.
Hey, I agree with you there, Joel Steinberg. Whoa. Hey, whoa, all right. We understand how you feel about women. Hey, whoa.
Every once in a while, you get some fucking chode of a man that goes to human resources.
Yeah, it's
but
very
in general,
rare.
it's always that's a female thing.
I was harassed.
Right.
Get it. If it was up to me, I'd bring us all back to the Mad Men days.
Absolutely.
You're going to say 1500s.
Yeah, some modern thinking.
That Mad Men looks like a lot of fun.
Those days,
looks
they're
like a-
smoking. They're just fucking the secretaries. They're pinching A's.
All the bosses had alcohol in their offices.
They just got, sit down, have a drink. We're working. Why not?
Remember all the sitcoms? They always had a drink in the office.
drink.
with the boss. As
Make
they
it a
discussed
double.
the problem. Yeah.
Larry Tate would come over all pissed off that some fucking campaign was falling through. Sam, make me a double.
And a lot of the women that listen to our show, I don't think they're the problems, but, we all have a fucking story from our jobs.
Yeah.
We all have one.
Yep.
You know, I mean, we've watched it over the years. We watched it completely change where now you can't hang anything in your cubicle, all that shit.
Yeah.
Guys didn't start that.
Nope. Didn't.
And then
it is. You are right in your archaic, women-hating, misogynistic way of saying it. But
guys didn't start that. And then you go to a garage to get your car fixed, and it used to be some, hot chick calendar. Is now like just some lame car calendar or whatever. And you talk to those guys, and like, yeah, man, we were told we had to clean up the fucking shop and take down our calendars and our pictures and stuff. Who said that?
I have
guys or girls?
Vivid memories as a kid of my dad yelling and drunk, but also driving into the garage to get the car worked on, and I used to get a little thrill because you look in that big red Snap-on tool fucking toolbox, and when they opened the top, there was like Playboy centerfolds taped up to the box there.
And you were hoping it took them forever to find that wrench. Where I know it's in here somewhere.
Yeah, well, let me tell you, I need a 3/4 inch socket. I'm like,
as a little kid,
you're breathing heavy. You just looking at big fucking tits.
Why didn't you ask him to close the lid?
Oh, that's upsetting. Close that. I'm very offended.
And the phones are lit because everyone has a story. I'm telling you, we don't even have to do the phones this time around.
Yeah.
I never heard of human resources in all my years of working. That's not a guy thing. Isn't it?
Terrible.
No.
That was not a guy thing.
No. No.
Were guys so out of control? Because I don't know. Because I've never had a real job in my life. Were guys so out of control in the workplace that they just had to do this? How do you think it started?
It started by women saying, look, we don't have equal rights in the workplace.
Right.
There's a glass ceiling. We want to be equals. And they came in and saw what, this boys club thing was about. It upset them because they have fucking rarely ever have a sense of humor, and started making problems.
Right.
As I think also as a kind of a backlash, like, oh, you had the power for so long, now watch what I do.
Right.
Watch how the power I have to fucking take away all your fun times here in the office. And then it just mutated into you can't put a fucking American flag on your cubicle.
Right.
And all that shit happened.
Well, because now you got the human resource department, and they're not going to stop there because their whole job is to think of other shit.
It's got to be other shit. Now you're going to offend
their whole job is to
people
think
from
of
other
other
countries.
shit.
You're going to offend people. You know what? No more pictures of, here's the memo. No more pictures of your children allowed in the cubicle, because there probably are women that are barren and their wombs are dumpsters and they can't have kids, and that would upset them. So, and you think I'm kidding about that?
Right.
There are actually policies in certain workplaces where no pictures of children because it will upset women that can't have children.
Yeah, that's
really
What the fuck?
Really? How is a pedophile supposed to work if you can't have pictures of kids up in your cubicle?
How fucking? But how ridiculous is that? You have to. I'm sorry that you're barren. That's sad, but
yeah. I put pictures of 2 rotten eggs and say, then deal with this.
Jesus.
Deal with this.
Or just an empty warehouse. An oven with cobwebs in it.
Oh, my God.
Not a bun to be found.
No.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Just have an empty egg carton on your desk.
Yeah. Just shout out, what is that
empty.
about?
Oh, well,
Mary.
this is for that you-know-what down the hall.
Or a photo of a crib in a box up against the wall.
Jesus.
Unused.
A little note on it, remember to return.
Oh, my God.
Shit.
But it's the extreme minority that gets all this done, which we've said many, many times in the show. Because I'm sure the women that are having problems having kids, most of them would just accept pictures in the workplace,
and they're not the majority
of
people.
Okay with it.
It's amazing how 1 or 2 people in an environment, in a little microcosm, are the people that have to be, catered to the inconvenience or lack of fun of everybody else.
And here's another thing: when did cleavage not become a sexual object?
Well, you're not allowed to look at it.
But it's
don't fucking look at it, no matter how much they hang out.
That's a sexual part of her body for guys.
Is it?
But now we're not allowed to look. They come to work with their fucking cleavage hanging out, and now if you stare a little too long, guess what? You're going to the HR.
Puffin stuff?
HR puffin stuff.
He's your friend when things get rough, from what I hear.
All of a sudden, that's not a sexual object anymore. The cleavage.
Yeah. You got to sneak the peek. In the old days, it was like, here comes my secretary.
Oh my
Mary,
God.
Mary, wow, who are you looking good today? You could tell a woman that.
Mm-hmm.
Little whistle down the hallway, and she'd turn around and shake her finger at you with a little smile, the pen in her mouth. Oh, she'd bend over a little bit and stick her ass out. And, all right, maybe I'm getting carried away.
You know who wrecked it? The guys who started stalking, or the guys fucking ultimately just pushed like, but it was a small amount of psychotic guys that wouldn't stop. The guy that would approach the secretary every day, why won't you just go out with me? Why won't you? And she has to go home to her husband. I think he wants to bite me. Why won't you just go out with me? Why won't you just go out with me?
Agreed, but then but then it just keeps getting pushed forward, and and
again, that's the minority.
More and more it gets taken away, and I feel bad for the bosses and the CEOs that have to now just hire ugly secretaries.
Yeah,
they just used to hire bombshells to be around their job.
There are certain jobs that only had very attractive women working there. Stewardess,
right?
Your flight attendants,
right.
Stewardesses when they were called that. We talk about it a lot, how airlines sold the fact that they had sexy stewardess.
Yeah.
Now, women decided, like, I don't like this age discrimination, so now you got fucking old Betsy giving you your goddamn drinks.
You know what, Ant? I can't tell you the last time I saw
a sexy stew.
A sexy stew.
Exactly.
I just flew a couple times in the last month. They were all just fucking dog ugly.
Old women or gay men.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, man.
That used to be an industry where you had bombshells.
Where's Heidi Fly-Me?
And then all of a sudden, she would like bend, let me help you with your
coffee, tea, or me?
Looks like that seatbelt's a little loose. Let me help you with that.
Let me help you. You should really buckle your seatbelt, sir.
Bends all the way
bends over.
over.
She grabs your fucking seatbelt thing and brushes your cock as she tightens it up.
You're looking at the cleavage. The guy across the aisle's looking at her ass. Everyone's happy.
Everyone's hanging their head out in the aisle.
Right.
Fucking drink carts banging off of people's skulls because they're trying to look at the AIDS.
Yeah. Now you don't even look up when they come by.
No. Yes, I'll do something inconvenient for you. I get it.
You got that, E-Rock? Hit that.
I'm Maggie. Fly me to New York. You'll love my 2 747s to Kennedy. Fly me.
You'll
fly Maggie.
You'll love my 2 747s. She's talking about her giant tits, by the way.
Why would you have to say 2 747s in
You love my 2 747s on my chest here.
Right.
My jumbo jet tits. Yes.
Who wants big plain tits?
I know, exactly. Those giant fucking nose cones.
Don't we have the beep version of that where we make it sound like she's...
right.
You have that? Thumbs up, E-Rock? I want to hear that version.
I'm Maggie. Me to New York. You'll love my 2 to Kennedy.
Fuck me.
Fly Maggie.
Fuck Maggie.
It was accepted, though.
Oh, yeah.
They had commercials about it. They're like, yeah, we know this business has nothing but bombshells, and we're going to try to tell the world that our airline has the best bombshells.
The best bombshells.
My voice is changing like I'm a fucking kid again.
Oh,
Getting
time
all
to
excited.
change. And secretaries, the same thing. Yeah, around the workplace, it was always... there was the naughty boss that would have the secretary take dictation sitting on his knee. And she would just be like, oh, now. And he'd put his hand on her leg, and she'd just tap it. Now, what are you doing? Mm-hmm. All right, take a letter. Why don't you get a little closer here? Sit on my knee so we don't have any miscommunication. Okay. She'd come over with a little stenographer pad and...
Wow.
Take this in shorthand.
Work sounds like it used to be great.
Oh,
it was just a party.
It had to be great.
There was alcohol.
Booze.
Loose women walking around.
Smoking, do whatever you want.
Smoking, drinking, pinching heinies.
Well, Betty, would you like a drink? Oh, but I don't know. I'm still working. That's all right. I'm the boss. They have a few laughs. He pulls his cock out, stirs her drink with it.
and it's a can of soda, so it's just uncomfortable for everybody because his dick gets stuck. And then his shredded penis has to be fixed in the emergency room.
Gotta explain to his wife what happened.
Exactly. It's a joke gone awry, hon.
The good old days.
We got a couple dick names coming in.
What?
My wife had a teacher whose name was Harold Richard Wiener.
Oh, Harry Dick Wiener.
Harry Dick Wiener, that's right. And then we got the Dick Sweat, of course. He's a senator from New Hampshire. I've heard that name before.
Oh, right, I've heard that one. Sure.
That's a parent or parents with a sense of humor to name their kid after.
Very cruel.
Name their kid a dick name.
Very cruel.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of another occupation, though, where women were known to just be extremely hot, and that went away.
Secretary
and stews are the biggest ones.
Waitresses? No.
Cocktail waitresses,
waitresses, but
and
that's
bartenders, but that's kind of still.
Yeah,
You ain't making no tips if you a goddamn dog, motherfucker.
You know what? It's kind of fun to go down to Atlantic City. I won't even name. I've been to a bunch of casinos, so I'm not pointing any out.
I have two perfect examples,
and it's old school. They hire really good looking women, and they force them to wear these ridiculous outfits that really show off their tits.
Show
and
that
ass.
hiney.
And if you look deep into some of their eyes, they fucking hate it.
They don't like it.
They hate it, but they know how much money they're making. You know? Where they're really pushing the boobs all the way up and out.
Yeah.
And some of these women, they're a little loosey-goosey up there.
The Borgata has the hottest waitresses in Atlantic City. It's just known.
Don't they weigh them or something like
yeah,
that?
the Borgata babes. When they first came on board, they were like, they have to stay within a certain weight. And if they don't, they have time to lose it. But then if they don't, they get fired.
I'm not a total scumbag. That's kind of...
Well, you know what happens if
it's kind of bad.
Well, think of it this way. What happens if she blows up? Gets a little fat.
Then she'd wind up getting X7 being a fan of this show.
No, and I understand that, but the whole, weighing them and stuff, that's a little brutal. Not going to lie to you.
I don't know.
I understand what you're saying.
Oh, my God. And then the worst waitresses I've ever seen is at the Tropicana.
Oh, really?
They look like fucking diner waitress women. Like they might as well have their hair in a Ruth Buzzy net as they serve you drinks.
What happened there?
I don't think they
the women
give a
got some
shit.
power.
Yeah.
The women got some power down there.
Jesus, mother.
Who's this?
Of Christ. This is the Borgata. Yeah, this is the Borgata calendar.
Get out of here.
That's the Borgata calendar.
What do they bring these girls in to work one day?
Are they ringers, you think?
They have to be ringers.
Go back to her fat fucking shapeless leg. Go back one. She's really pretty, but she has her right leg looks like it was fucking like a Stretch Armstrong leg. That fucking right leg is a shapeless lump.
She's probably 6 foot tall, man.
You think?
These girls aren't waitresses down there.
Oh my God! Look at her.
Her boobies.
Who is she? Oh well, whatever.
The lovely Denise Milani, an exotic buxotic.
Yeah.
Denise Milani's got giant cans and I don't know what's going on there.
I don't think she's bringing your drinks out. They got ringers.
Yes, thank you. Jimmy Lover. Oh, that's sweet. Nurses, back in the old days, were they known to be a little sexy? Like that Nurse Ratched?
I didn't go to
I think there's some kind of basic archaic idea that they were sexy.
Sure.
That's why they put on the little nurse uniform in some places and give you enemas.
I think at that
it's
point
supposed to be sexy.
I think at that point you want an ugly nurse because they probably focused on their learning a little better.
Yeah, you think so?
If
The
you're in
ugly
the
nurse
hospital,
would be.
wanna
You
make
get
sure
better care.
Want to make sure they're giving you the proper dose of medicine and shit.
Who do you want shaving you down for that hernia operation, though?
Good point. Good point.
Just grabbing your dick, flopping it around while they're shaving like fucking, like it's just an errant sausage in her plate. Fuck that.
I tackled a female into a ditch so she wasn't mortared, and now I'm being brought up on charges.
Oh, man.
This guy's calling from Afghanistan, or he's home from Afghanistan. Tim.
No, I'm calling from Afghanistan. I made my way to a internet tent that we have set up by the MWR, and I'm on Skype.
Wait, so you guys listen to us over there?
Yeah, I've got a subscription on my computer, so like when I get back from a mission or something, if I have a couple minutes to get online, I can actually pop XM on.
Hey, how cool is that?
Wow, that is cool.
Tim, thanks for everything you're doing for this fine country of ours.
What?
I support the soldiers.
Who are you? Who are you
100%.
with? Who are you with, my friend?
101st Airborne.
Ah, airborne. Very cool.
So you really got you got into a situation over there in Afghanistan?
Yeah, I'm all for equality and stuff like that. If we want to have females on the battlefield, good. All I give a shit about is if I get hit, if you're going to be able to drag my butt out of there. That's all I care about. But we had a mortar come in a couple days ago, and I tackled this girl into a ditch. Hopefully, save her life if it got close enough. Very next day, I found paperwork in my box. I'm getting brought up on sexual harassment charges because she thought I was trying to feel her up when I tackled her into a ditch.
Holy shit.
You sound like a normal guy. I mean,
my God.
We've only talked to you for 2 minutes, but you sound level-headed. What the fuck is that about? Did you grab her in such a way where your hands were on her breasts?
Hell no, she's got body armor on. That's what I don't understand. That's what I'm automatically think. Who can I sexually harass during the 2 minutes of terror when the freaking rocket's coming in? That's exactly what crossed my mind.
Yeah, man. How could you keep a heart on in those conditions? With the mortars coming in. I don't know.
Well, it's just not a good condition.
Is she just trying to get the hell out of there? And maybe they'll make her some kind of sweet deal to make everything go away? Like, that doesn't make sense.
It doesn't, because nothing positive is going to come back on her. Because if the charges get blown out of proportion to where she made them up, she gets in trouble. If I get charged, I just get kicked out. I didn't even know this girl, so she would really have no reason to kick me out. I think she just wants to suck up to the command.
And feeling a fucking chick up with body armor is pretty impossible.
Yeah.
You can't really feel the gentle curvature of a tit under Kevlar.
Unless you got really strong hands.
Yeah.
Strong ligaments in your fingers.
Yeah, really get a good squeeze in there.
Well, that's...
Yeah, those ballistic plates really,
Nothing sexier than a ballistic plate.
Well, that's a pretty unbelievable story there, sir.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that shit, but...
What's
Hey,
your...
another thing...
What? Yeah. Wait. Hold on. What's your day look like? Like, what are you gonna do as a member of the Airborne Division today?
Today we are doing a presence patrol. I can't really say where, but
I know.
It's just when you go into the town, you talk to the leaders, you figure out what's going on, what do they need, and
hearts and minds.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. And an occasional bullet in the fucking head.
Pretty much. Let's go out unarmed and be all nice to them, and then have pop shots taken at us. But,
oh man, you go in unarmed?
We go in very, very lightly armed. For a presence patrol, the chain of command says we don't want to scare the people. So
holy mother of God! What do you have on you? What do you got? Your sidearm on you?
Yeah, I go in with the 9mm. That's it.
What do you got? Your SIG?
Huh?
What do you?
Beretta.
The Beretta. Yeah.
Yeah, so that piece of crap that falls apart when you fire 2 rounds.
Really?
Oh, what a bitch, man. Well, you got to leave your rifle back at the base?
We have a couple of armored Humvees that go with us. They have 50 cals on them. That's about as big as we get. And then we have a couple guys with rifles. But if you're actually going to be talking to the people, you have a sidearm. Get this, they actually suggest, I've never done this, but they actually suggest to show your trust to the village leaders that they're going to protect you, take your helmet off when you're talking to them. Like, my ass, dude.
Fuck you. Holy
Unbelievable.
Shit. That's insanity.
Is it true over there? I heard that they gave Viagra to a lot of the guys in the tribal regions. Like a lot of these older guys who would run the areas, and they got information by giving them Viagra because these guys were able to fuck their wives again.
Yeah, I've never heard of that, but I wouldn't put it by them. We're trying everything else to be nice to these guys. Why not give them a heart on?
Yeah, I mean, look, for a guy, what's more impressive when you're a little older than to be able to get a heart on again?
To show the trust, can you guys tap dance on an IED? Just do a little tap dance.
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit.
I don't believe we'll set it off. Let me go stand on it first.
Yeah. Just drive really fast past anything suspicious.
Unbelievable.
That's insanity, man. The hands tied behind the back for political reasons. You'd think Vietnam would have taught people something. Jesus.
No.
Oh, man.
It's disgusting.
Well, be safe, my friend, and tell anybody that listens to us hello, and tell anybody that doesn't to go fuck themselves.
Bravo.
Yeah.
we put you guys on every time we've had a hard day or something like that. We're like, man, we need a good couple laughs.
Hard day. You know what time I get up? I don't want to hear it.
Exactly. We're here 5:30 while you guys are over there enjoying the countryside, relaxing,
lollygagging.
Yeah, hanging out, eating good food, feet up.
It's going to make it tough to bitch after this phone call. My God. Right? I'm going to shut my fucking mouth for now
Where's
on.
my sandwich, for the love of God,
Yeah,
Kenny?
I understand things are tough over there, sir, but do you understand I've been waiting for egg whites since 6:45. It's now 6:53.
Outraged. Yeah.
Oh, wow. No more bitching.
8 hours ago or something like that. Enjoy your fucking egg whites.
Stay safe, man.
All right, man.
Tim.
Yeah, be careful.
Bye, Tim.
Tim from Afghanistan. Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing, man.
Wow,
It's just
wow.
that mentality of politicians and goddamn pencil pushers that override generals and people that know. I don't know.
It's too bad.
It really is fucked. Poor guys.
Even the PC shit has hit the army and fighting wars. It's just unbelievable.
You can't fight a PC war. It just doesn't work. War is supposed to be vicious and horrific, so it ends quicker.
Right.
So it ends quickly.
Right.
You can't have this antiseptic fucking, we won't, we'll try to do this nicely war. It's crazy. Reminds me of a Star Trek episode.
Which one?
Well, it's one where two planets were warring, right? And they realized after years and years and years of warring that not only people die, but their culture dies. All their possessions and what makes them a society. War is horrible for that. So they worked out an agreement with each other that they would simulate a war so that the buildings and culture doesn't get destroyed. But whenever a missile would hit, they'd take that certain area, calculate how many people would have died, and the people have to report to death chambers and be killed on both sides. If it doesn't happen, if they don't whip these people up and kill them, the treaty is null and void and the real bombs start. But they've been doing this for thousands of years, or hundreds of years, or whatever the hell it was. But then Kirk, of course, comes, and he's brilliant, and tells them, look, you assholes, the whole thing about war is that it's got to be horrible enough to make you want to stop it. You made it so antiseptic that people just walk into these chambers that it'll keep going on for years and years and years. So he blew up the computers that calculate the dead and everything, and people were like, oh my God, there's going to be real war. And they were so horrified that they decided to call each other up and sort things out.
No war.
No war. No war. See? No war. Nice. And you know who fixed that? James Tiberius Kirk, motherfucker, from Iowa, bitch.
Hey, are any Jews working today?
I don't think so.
Oh, yeah, today's good. I keep forgetting it's Good Friday.
I don't think so.
Isn't this a company holiday?
I think it is, but
Wait.
not for us.
Why isn't it for us?
Well, because we are.
We gave him an hour. Let's go.
We really should.
Wait, is this a company
Kirk
holiday?
always broke the prime directive, but he knew best.
He did know best. In the end. All right, it's a good start to the show.
I like it. My sandwich is here, too.
So are my eggs.
I could stop bitching like that fucking guy from Afghanistan. Me. Ooh, I get shot at. Ooh.
Oh, my God. Oh, you're crazy. Fucking.
This is the Opie and Anthony Show. Getting topical. Hold up, wait a minute. With the Sex Man.
What's up, sexy?
Oh,
Good morning.
sexy.
I don't even know this version. Stand By Your Man by Wendy O. Williams, probably.
And Lemmy.
Oh, this is Lemmy?
Lemmy and Wendy O. Williams.
See, I don't know much about Lemmy. I know Jimmy knows a lot about Lemmy. Were you into Lemmy?
I wasn't a huge Motorhead fan, but
I like what I hear.
I like it, and I think Lemmy is a blast. He's
Right.
fun to fucking hang out with. When we did that casino gig,
Oh, my God.
and me and him started drinking fucking Jack Daniels, and I was snotted, and he was fine.
He was drinking it like it was coffee or orange juice.
And then in the old days when I had my band, we opened for Motorhead, and my guitarist drank with Lemmy backstage before the show and was so fucking drunk, we don't even know how he walked out on stage and played.
Did he play well?
I don't remember. I was pretty ripped myself.
Okay.
I was just happy to be there. You can't outdrink Lemmy. It's just not going to happen. It's just what he does.
Oh, this is a cool cover.
Oh, Wendy O. Williams committed suicide 14 years ago. That's why you're playing this.
And
oh, is this a double?
yeah.
Oh.
Tammy Wynette died 14 years ago?
There you go.
Oh.
What was her man thing? I forgot.
Good cover.
It's Lemmy and Wendy O. Williams show.
Yeah.
What was the Tammy Wynette man thing?
Stand by your man.
What was this?
Oh.
Stand by
She
your
wrote this.
man.
Oh.
Down,
Oh, it's good tie-in.
It's the
Damn it,
the original version, the country version.
Fuck, A+ for E-Rock today.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was a good one.
Whoa.
I had a little help with that, but that's good.
Oh, you
course you
did.
did.
Why would you say that? Why would you just take the credit?
Right then, I went, "Oh, he is a piece of shit."
Who helped
Like
you?
right then.
Why would you say that?
Who's the
Because I'm
smart
not a
person
dick
that
like
helped you?
that.
Yes, you are.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're
I'm a
kinda-
dick. It's all mine.
Who helped you out?
Nobody.
Come on. Come on, my little
Because that
comfort.
person gets the A+, and you get a C-.
You get an assist. Who helped?
There's been issues with
What?
people helping E-Rock.
Really?
Oh.
Somebody's very upset because they think they're helping E-Rock with more stuff than E-Rock's giving them credit for.
Oh, is that why you said
Troy.
I had help?
That's 100% true. They're upset with you.
That's why you
Ooh,
said I
I
had
didn't
help.
say that.
Oh, I thought you
Who's
said
upset with E-Rock?
Paul is.
Huh?
Paul.
Because he said, remember you said that E-Rock got it. I'm assuming this is Paul's poll. Because remember when you said that E-Rock got an A+ for getting topical the last time?
Mm-hmm. That was a long time ago, though.
Apparently, Paul tells me that was his poll, and E-Rock did not give him credit.
Wah.
And Paul
What a
talks to me
douche.
every day in the office about the things that E-Rock sends me for this computer.
Yeah.
And he says he's giving them to E-Rock.
Yeah,
but
every
not
single
getting-
thing.
He says he's sending you a lot. I don't know if it's true.
My favorite thing on this show is E-Rock fighting back.
I
love it.
It's
man.
great.
I just love it.
Finally.
He's pissed, though. Paul's pissed.
Is he? Is he here today?
Yeah.
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 We're lucky to have his presence here today.
It's the sarcastic E-Rock.
Well, why doesn't Paul get on mic and defend himself? Paul?
Come here, Paul.
Same reason why E-Rock's been walking all over him. He's pussy.
Paul, what's the problem?
No, nothing. Just
Nothing. That's not what you say.
All right, hold on.
Off the air.
Credit doesn't really get handed out. I'm sorry, compliments don't really get handed out around here. And lately, I've been taking a beating. So when I do something well, it would be nice to hear something back on it. So Eric taking credit for what I do kind of bothers me a little bit.
Eric was right. Sounds like a wah scenario.
Yep.
Wah.
You stopped the show very well today.
He can't even fight well.
Oh, man.
Compliments do not get handed out around this place very quickly.
Oh, hell no.
Never.
They're not readily handed out.
And they get shit on even faster.
Yeah.
Oh, there's E-Rock trying to, after he fucks somebody out of credit, he comes in and tries to act like they're commiserating.
Yeah.
Nah, these guys get shit on by me constantly.
Wah.
Jim Norton was on Hannity last night.
Yes, I was!
Yes.
We were all watching at my abode.
And he says hello to everybody. He really
Yeah,
does like
does
you
he?
guys. Yeah,
Does he?
He asks about you a few times.
Tell him I said hi.
Well, I can't. I'm here now, but...
Oh, maybe I should have told you that ahead of time. And you set the O&A world on fire with a quick Chip/Uncle Paul impression.
In two different places. I knew just one quick one wouldn't interfere with what I was doing on the show. And I was hoping that the O&A fans would get it, and they did.
I was hanging out on Twitter as you were on Hannity, and man, my fucking feed just exploded. People lost their minds. And it was one word, I think.
That's it.
Here it is.
Let him implement Sharia law. I mean, when Mubarak fell, who do we think was going to take over? The Kiwanis Club or something? I mean, we knew.
Or something.
You want to do Chip so bad on TV, I think.
I like sneaking him in, though, because...
Oh, yeah.
But it's like I was thinking as I'm saying that, because I had thought of that joke, or just that point, really, more than a joke, and I'm like, how can I get... And it just... It felt right, and you guys might not be able to hear, but there are camera guys actually laughing sometimes.
Oh, because they know the gag.
No, but they're also used to hearing just such stiff answers.
Yeah.
That they appreciate any kind of humor. I mean, if it's halfway funny, because they're just hearing such political points all the time.
Yeah.
Was Sean nervous to have you on?
No.
He gets nervous sometimes.
Sean is really nice to me, man. Like, he'll always, when I'm with the other guests, no matter who they are, he'll always ask them, because he always seats me next to him, and he'll always go, you guys know, you ever see Jimmy on Leno? He's really great. My wife and I love him. He's a little raw, but he's great. And he always tells me, like, you're one of the only guys that comes on and knows the line. Like, I think he's still trying to reiterate, like, you're on Fox. He panicked.
Right,
He's a
yeah.
panicky Pete. But he really is. He treats me very well when I'm there. Like, he treats me like, he makes me feel like I'm welcome there and that he's happy to have me.
Yeah.
So people who don't like him politically, all right, I get it. But he's not a dick. The guy's a great guy, man.
No. He's a
I
good
hate when
guy.
people just smash Hannity. It's like, you guys never met him. What are you talking about?
He stuck up for us.
Yes, he did.
Huge
A
ratings.
couple times now.
He stuck up for most free speech things,
Yep.
at least with radio guys. And he
Yeah.
even said to me, regular radio is tough nowadays.
Yeah.
Because you guys are better off with the audience. It's hard.
Gotta be so fucking careful of what you say, and it's bullshit.
Bullshit.
That's bullshit.
CNN enhances the George Zimmerman 911 call.
Now that, yeah.
I've heard
I was going to say now they're saying, but I was going to let you play it instead of giving away.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Because a lot of people thought George Zimmerman said coon.
It sounded like it, but here's where his lawyer went wrong. He said that he said fucking goons. And I'm like, no, that was a coon. So, like, when the lawyer responded with that, it's like, no, there must have been coons. But now they're saying no.
Well, they enhanced it, and here we go.
This is Brian Stone. He's one of our senior
Brian.
audio engineers, expert in this field.
Sure.
And you have enhanced the
Earned it.
tape, and we're going to listen to this. I have not listened to this tape either. 2 weeks ago when we did this, I didn't listen to it because I wanted to listen to it for the first time on this equipment. The second version that's been enhanced, I haven't listened to. Let's play it.
Are you following them? Yeah, okay, we don't need you to do that.
Now, that certainly sounds much clearer than the first tape we listened to, right?
It's extremely clear now.
Some are accusing George Zimmerman of using the racial slur coons in his 911 call.
Hey, at least the guy said it.
Some are accusing him of using the racial slur coons.
As opposed to the animal. People didn't think he was saying the animal. They thought, we got it. Just say coons. We know what raccoons is.
At least he said it.
Yeah, I agree.
And he obviously isn't saying porch monkey, jungle bunny.
He just uses it as an excuse to
say
blurt out
everything.
every racial epithet.
Was he saying jigaboo next on CNN?
We're gonna see if Spear Chucker comes through loud and clear.
And it just goes all over. He mumbled faggot 2 weeks prior.
I think this just gave Anthony an excuse.
Well, hey, could have. You know, I could check a few more off my I said it on radio checklist.
Is there anything we haven't said on this show?
I don't think
can't
so.
think of anything.
Anything nice.
Yeah, maybe like have a nice day.
Yeah.
I don't
The
think
word
we've ever
love.
said that.
How are you? And it's good to see you. I think those words have never been uttered in this room.
Kenny's smart.
Yeah, exactly. Looking good, E-Rock. Hey, that was fast, Sam.
Anthony and sobriety in the same sentence. Yes. See, because I drink.
I understand.
Why didn't you have to explain that?
I got it.
Oh, yes.
All right.
His 911 call. It was preceded by the F word.
Can we play it again? Can you repeat it so we can hear it a few times? Okay.
Fucking cold.
This is poltergeist?
That's fucking cold.
It's fucking cold.
Fucking cold. Because they said it was rainy and unseasonably chilly in Florida that
Yeah.
night, so it does make
So
sense.
it's like that. And he's on the phone.
But
Why
what
would
do-
he say that on the phone?
That never made sense.
It's like, for him to go, it's fucking cold.
But what a weird time to start talking about the weather.
Well, when you're just standing there, it's like to yourself, you'd be like, it's fucking cold. Oh, okay.
I'm just saying. I mean, that was just a dumb joke.
Oh, the low pressure system moving in from the north.
Right, I understand
Oh,
why.
it's counterclockwise direction. We'll bring cold northern air into our area.
Here's some other things that have never been said in this room. Good point, Steve, and thanks, Gary.
Stupid Gary. Dumb baldy.
Oh, jeez.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
Oh, sorry. I thought we were
Just throwing him
having
into the
fun.
joke.
Oh, I just thought it was time to make fun of him again. Awkward now. Went too far. Yeah.
With this new, clearer audio, it's apparent the first word is a curse word. So we'll bleep it out for the rest of the story.
Thank you.
It's the second word that's important to hear.
I don't want to say what it sounds like this time, what a lot of people are saying it sounds like, but let's play it a few times so the viewer can have an idea for themselves and make their own conclusion.
Get out.
Stop for a second. Now it does sound less like that racial slur last time I announced possibility it could have been that slur. From listening in this room, and this is state-of-the-art room, it doesn't sound like that slur anymore.
No.
Right. It sounds like, and we wanted to leave it up to the viewer, but it sounds like we're hearing the swear word at first and the word cold. And the reason some say that would be relevant is because it was unseasonably cold in Florida that night and raining. Can we play it a few more times? Sure.
That sounds like cold.
It absolutely does.
Yeah, sure does.
And it makes more sense in that moment because he knew he was on a 911 call. And now they also enhanced the other video, and they said it does look like there's an injury on the back of his head.
What?
Nothing. Just
What?
comments.
Come on.
Comments. They're no. You know the racist comments come in every so often. It's hilarious.
Fucking
I love it. Something about ashy knees. Boy.
What else has never been said in this room? Hey, the shade guys are early.
Jimmy loves this.
I love it.
Oh, God, I wish Roland would book a guest. Right.
Enough with your guests.
Enough with your goddamn
So
guests,
right.
Roland.
No, I thought you said that you wanted him.
I do want to acknowledge that we were supposed to get the entire cast of American Reunion. I remember him saying, they're all coming in. I go, all of them? Because the whole cast will be on the show. We got Eugene Levy.
Yeah. And
Tara Reid was supposed to be today, but she's got the flu, supposedly, which we're not believing.
I got the flu. Oh, my God. Oh, my God, guys, I got the flu.
So we went from having the entire cast down to Eugene Levy.
Eugene Levy.
A few of the other cast members were around, but they were coming in
But
later.
didn't he say we were going to get the whole cast
Of
in at
course.
the same time?
Yes. I believe he did say that.
All right.
Yeah.
No, but and I love how Roland will profess to know intimate flight details.
Oh, yeah.
No, where are they? Hey, he was booked on the red eye, but there was a problem he had with his agent, so his flight changed. He had to reroute. Like, what? I didn't know that. You're just saying words.
Runway 19er was closed down for maintenance, and they stacked them up over a staging area, and the planes came.
The cracks developed in the 767 wings.
They had to cancel the flight. They found some new equipment. Let me punch that up for you. Roland, the travel agent.
Yes.
Right,
saying
Roland.
anything to
Dummy.
You guys want an update on the Mega Millions woman?
Oh, the one from McDonald's?
We have another update.
McDonald's.
Where were we at with this lady?
Wishing she was dead.
Her did.
And
Well, right after the Mega Millions record-setting $600 million drawing, she said she was one of 3 people around the country that won and had a ticket. Oh, much to the chagrin of her McDonald's coworkers, who said she was merely part of a pool of 15 people from McDonald's that put in to buy these tickets. She said, I did that, but I also purchased a ticket all by my lonesome, and that was said winning ticket. I believe that's bullshit, but she says that's what happened. They are very angry with her, saying that she stole money from them, pretty much. She says it's my ticket. Now, there's speculation as to whether she even has the ticket.
But wasn't it bought in Maryland?
Yes.
At the place she said she bought it?
Right. But she said she had the ticket, and then she said she hid it in the McDonald's. It just turned into a real
I think she has
a
it.
crock of shite.
And you think she has it?
I'll tell you why.
Oh, my God. How
would
much
she-
money you want to bet?
How would you might? I hope you're right because I hate her. But how would she have known exactly where it was bought?
Oh, because the news said it.
Did they say that before she came out and
The
said she
news
had
said
it?
it immediately.
Did they? Oh.
I was up early when the ticket was announced or whatever.
And do they have her on video?
And they have they had a news guy right outside. What was it? A 7-Eleven or something?
7-Eleven.
That was the one. That was the one where people started taking pictures with the machine. Remember?
Yeah.
They know the winning ticket was from that store. But they didn't know who it was at first. So she might have been, watching that particular news broadcast and said, well, I bought a ticket at that place.
Yeah.
The other thing is she said that she wasn't going to go back into McDonald's and grab the ticket until everyone calmed the fuck down. Then her lawyer admitted that he's not sure there's a ticket because he's trying to save face.
Dude, why would she hide the ticket in the place that the other people feel they were ripped off?
I have an answer for that.
Yes, Jimmy?
Because she's...
Oh, right. Well, some would call her.
Jimmy, you want to take that bet before I give you the update?
I do not know because I'm hoping that she doesn't. What the fuck
What
is
happened?
wrong with my iPod? What does this mean?
Oh,
shit.
Wow, that's
it's
not
a
good.
circle, a red circle with a red X in it.
Oh, boy.
That
no
is
music is what it's saying. I don't know. What the
That's not
fudge?
good.
Oh, my goodness. Why don't you just put the
Put
music...
that there!
Why don't you just put the music on your phone, my friend?
There's too much fucking room. I got 3 million gigs.
So here's your update. The Maryland Mega Nut, they're calling her now, who insists she won a record Mega Millions jackpot, now says she's lost the winning ticket.
Oh, that's the new one?
But isn't breaking a sweat looking for it.
I lost that shit.
I have no idea where it is. I'm not sure I have it. Merlande Wilson told the Post in her latest tortured explanation of the mystery ticket's fate. The world's most famous McDonald's employee incredibly claims she hadn't even checked the uniform she was wearing the night she bought it.
I lost that shit.
I'm still looking for it.
Where my ticket at?
I haven't even looked in my uniform pants yet, the flaky single mom of 7 admitted.
Not mom of 7.
I'm still looking everywhere to find it. In my purse, everywhere. And she didn't put her kids to work on the treasure hunt, even though they have the week off for spring break.
Oh, where the hell? Where my $100 million? I'll look later. I'll get my childrens to help me.
But she even admitted she didn't check her uniform. That would be the first place, right?
A lotto ticket on your uniform.
Let me see. When I all of a sudden don't have my wallet, the first thing I do is I check the jeans I was wearing.
Check for the clothes you were wearing.
To see if it's in the back pocket there.
This woman is so full of shit.
I want to look for it. I was crying. She wouldn't let us. It's a lot of money, said her disappointed daughter, Stephanie, 15.
Mother of 5.
That's funny. Yesterday, she sounded strangely serene despite the ticket's mystifying disappearance, leaving her fate to faith. It's a blessing from God. If it's meant to be, we'll find the ticket, she said.
No, you won't. You don't have the ticket. It's not a blessing from God.
What?
She is a crazy person.
Why is she wearing a trucker's hat?
Well, like Sam. She just figures it looks good.
Can we hear the audio?
How fucking hateable is
I
this
want to
woman?
hear her talk.
I don't think she's hateable at all. I
Oh,
love
do
her.
you think she's nutty?
I love her because hold on.
Today.
Hold on, the boss is talking.
I love her because she's absolutely full of shit, but the media wants to believe so bad that they continue with this instead of saying, all right, look, we got a nut job here. We got to move on and try to find the ticket somewhere else.
She
Someone
can
out there
go
has
through.
it.
She can go through 4 things at the same time to try to find it.
Oh, God, see.
That old gag. Yes.
But the beauty of this story is that the ticket's still out there. The person hasn't come forward, which makes this great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in Maryland, we'll say it again, you don't have to come forward. Some states you do.
Yeah.
You have to, but not in Maryland. You could be anonymous for the rest of your life.
Anonymous.
No one has to ever know.
Yeah.
Here's the latest story. Hit it.
Officials in Maryland, though, have a news conference scheduled for this afternoon, and they've had their doubts about a McDonald's employee who says she won that state's ticket. She still hasn't forked over that all-important piece of paper.
You know what? Hold
Even
on
her
for a second. That
attorney hasn't
picture
seen it.
looks exactly like my hair and hat from AAF.
Absolutely. Very good.
Yeah, okay. Let her rip.
She also looks a little bit like the hooker that got, what's his name? in trouble.
Yes, that boring English actor.
Oh, Hugh Grant.
Hugh Grant.
He is a
what was her name?
Divine Brown.
Divine Brown, motherfucker.
She looks a little bit like Divine Brown.
I'm brown and I'm divine, motherfuckers.
Uh-oh, Roland looks pissed. We were just joking, Roland. Don't fucking kill us today.
Talking to the microphone or something.
The angry panda is about to talk.
The angry panda.
I woke up and I thank God for this glorious day.
What's up, Roland?
Oh, fantastic.
We're calling. We're just calling BS on the Tara Reid flute thing. And we're not pointing our fingers at you because that's the info you got. But we think that Tara Reid is bullshit.
We think she's full of turkey.
I agree. I think her publicist probably said, "Hey, look, we got 2 TVs. Can't fuck with that. Blow off the rest."
Did she cancel all
Wait,
radio?
so is she doing TV today?
She has 2 TV appearances, like VH1 and some other MTV things.
Today?
Today.
So she's just blowing off radio.
That's
another fucking asshole publicist. Another fucking asshole publicist that doesn't understand how good radio is.
Yeah, that's what I assume. So, and that's this
Oh,
time.
what dummies, man.
Oh my God, guys! Why I would love to come in and do this show. You guys promote my new movie, American Reunion. But I think I got the
Like, when Donald Sutherland got the flu, right away, halfway through, they go, "We're rescheduling. Don't worry, it's between Monday and Friday."
Yeah, that's different.
So that was a quick, like, we're gonna.
Do you get frustrated, Roland?
If there was animals, I would have fucking killed one.
Oh shit!
Yeah, because
I would like to kick bums.
And he's coming off his Bruce high.
Yeah,
so he's
no.
like on a big downer.
So did you ask
Yeah,
why
the
is she
sugar
still
high
doing
with the
TV?
Springsteen, and now he's crashed.
They said it's not guaranteed and not this, and I said, I know. I got to take a shit. You know it was, and I just hung
The
up.
movie needs help. It's getting really bad reviews. I know you liked it, Roland, and that's fine, and I'm sure some people will enjoy it. But to get people
a mass audience, yes.
a mass audience, it's not getting good reviews.
Oh my God, it's the best movie I've ever made. It's wonderful. I just seeing the whole gang back together again. I have to tweet it. Oh, hello, London. We're all here in London, England. Everybody from American Reunion. We're gonna go.
Fucking just eat the Marlboros. Just eat them.
Just eat shit at this point.
Is she definitely doing TV today, though? If she cancels TV, then maybe she's for real.
Oh,
It's not definite, but
I have to cancel TV. I have the flu, Jimmy. I have the flu. I was like, I wanted to do promotion. I want to come on your show, but I can't.
There's big actors who came in here, like Will Ferrell. He felt like shit, but he powered through.
So what do you think that's about?
Probably her tummy hurt, and she goes, I just don't want to do anything
Period?
else.
Period? You think it's a period?
Could be period blood. I don't know.
They just don't want to do certain press. That's all. When I'm on the road doing press, sometimes I don't want to do it, but I have to.
I just learned that
she's
VH1 has a live show on now. A live morning show every morning? How many people could possibly be watching that?
VH1.
Plus, they do it like in the hallway. It's like weird shit.
Another dumb fucking publicist who thinks TV is better because it's TV. They're just uneducated dummies.
So that's why we're waiting for this morning to see if she did do it. Then go back on our internet, see we know the 2 shows she's supposed to do. And
what time is she supposed to do VH1?
See,
or
the
first
company
time?
should make
11.
these publicists suffer.
I don't
They
give a
absolutely should
You
hit
lied
back.
to us, so fuck you.
Ross does.
No. Ross does fight back?
Ross
Oh, good.
fights back,
Good for
yeah.
Ross.
Does he?
Oh, yeah, Ross gets pissed. He's like, fuck you, your next fucking project.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, Ross is a pit bull in that one. I do have to give it.
Good.
Wow, what TV is she doing? VH1, and what's the other one?
What was that sound?
I'll find out the other name. But the first stop, I think it's either at 10:30 or 11 a.m. is VH1.
Oh, well, it's not while we're on?
Oh, no, that is after.
Oh, she just doesn't want to get up early.
So she had plenty of time to come
So-
in
I'm
for
hungover.
our
I
show.
can't get up.
She just doesn't want to get up early.
I can't get up this early, guys. Oh my God.
Well, she's Tara Reid on Twitter.
She tweets everything, too. If she had the flu, she would tweet.
Feeling a little sick, everyone. Feeling a little sick, guys.
Oh, shit.
She needs all the help she could get.
I mean, this is her biggest vehicle in a long time.
A long time, and I would imagine she doesn't have a lot of projects after.
It's not a vehicle. It's a movie, stupid. Did you get it?
What does she look like these days?
Not bad.
Not bad.
How can we find out?
She looks very...
Computer?
Shake the monitor.
This is the worst computers in the world in this company.
Why don't you...
Why don't they fix our
Oh.
computers?
They just need new computers.
What's the matter?
Fix it and do your duty.
Oh,
Are
boy.
you talking to the computer or Sam, Edgar?
Sam, why don't you
Oh, see. Look,
Google it?
there's an ad for American Reunion right in the side of it.
Quiet, Anthony.
Oh, I'm sorry,
bite ya.
Edgar. Sorry, Edgar.
Do you bite people with those dry
Those
teeth?
dry teeth.
No, I don't. Sometimes when I kiss, my lips get stuck to someone's cheek.
Ugh.
They're trying.
Oh my God.
Shut up, Roland.
Rolland.
Okay.
Don't
So
like Roland.
their morning show starts at 10.
10.
So it's
10 in the
from 10
morning?
to 11.
What a dumb time to start a morning show.
Horrible.
Yeah, but that's better to do than this
that's
show.
so
That's got a
stupid.
lot. It's a lot better than satellite radio.
Oh, yeah.
What
Yeah.
fucking dummies!
Yes,
oh,
they are.
wow, is that dumb?
I have developed such a fucking hatred for publicists.
Of course.
Because most of them are absolutely incompetent. Like, some of them are great at damage control. Like, when when you're working with fucking some of these celebrities, like Alec Baldwin, who's always got a fucking problem happening, and a publicist has to do that type of fucking putting out fires, that's where they're valuable.
Yikes. Something happened.
Fucking lick that pussy.
Oh, God.
Fucking lick that ass.
That's not bad, eh?
He's doing that line
No,
tonight.
it's
not
weird.
bad, man.
He's doing
Goes
that line.
straight down.
Tonight.
Tara Reid really is a hipless dummy.
Yeah, she stinks.
She has no hips to speak of.
Yeah.
It goes straight down.
Carson's mom wouldn't let her, let him marry her.
She's like the Asian kid with the fireworks in Doc Ock's apartment in Boogie Nights.
Carson Daly, right?
Yeah,
very
his
slender.
mom said, "For the love of God, do not marry her."
Really?
And she started his mom and broke down crying.
Oh, right. They were an item.
Carson Daly's mom?
Yeah.
Carson Daly and Tara Reid were the
can.
little Hollywood couple for a while, huh? His mom got all fucking...
Mm-hmm.
Why are you fucking telling tales out of school?
He's fucking had it. He's way
you
more
doing?
honest today than he's ever been.
Roland doesn't give a turkey.
Roland, well, your friend Carson probably doesn't want that info out that his mommy told him not to marry fucking
don't
Tara.
care.
Yeah, that's mommy shit.
That's mommy stuff. You don't fucking give mommy information out.
Send me a check for the other stuff so I won't get out.
Oh, shit. Oh, the other stuff is probably good, right?
Oh, yeah.
Gay sex in the dressing
No.
rooms?
No gay
Oh,
sex.
well, you said it. Oh, wait, I said it. Shit.
Roland, you are pissed.
Dillagaff.
You are pissed off.
Roland is pissed. I don't know
Don't
what.
blame
what.
Roland. These fucking flaky, dumb publicists.
Yeah, we went from having the whole cast of American Reunion to Eugene Levy yesterday. What happened?
What a voice he has, by the way. His voice is awesome. He when you listen to him talk, he has an amazing voice.
Yeah, yeah.
For on the radio.
And then when I was sleeping last night, I just heard you guys. Where's everybody else? I'm like,
Oh, boy.
And what's his name was good when he came in. Sean William Scott's great.
He's always good on
yeah,
the
he wanted
show,
to
yeah.
come in, but he signed to a project.
No, he's fine. He's
we
a
like
friend of
Sean
Sean.
William Scott.
He's not a dick.
Fuck Tara Reid, though.
Well, I don't give a fuck if she comes in or not. We got Clint Hill today. He's all I care about today.
All right, Secret Service guy
Fucking-
for
I don't give a
Jackie
fuck about
Kennedy.
her.
Yeah.
He's the guy that was on the back of the limo.
Yeah.
In the Zapruder film,
the guy.
Clint Hill was 5 feet behind when Kennedy got shot.
He jumped on the back hood or whatever.
He jumped on the
trunk.
back hood. He's
Kept
the guy
Jackie
that
from sliding off the trunk.
But that's not why. No, she was reaching out for because he talks about that. He'll talk about it. But he got Kennedy's brains on him.
Oh, my God.
And missed. Like he got Kennedy's fucking blood and brains
Wow.
on him.
And you pushed the brains. You saved the brains too.
Well, she got part of it, yeah.
Oh,
but he was
God.
saying there's a photo of him riding to Parkland Memorial on the back of the fucking car, holding on, and he's covering Jackie. That was what he did.
I wonder if he ever, at any point during that ride, felt like going, wee!
Probably not.
All right. It's a viable question.
He said at one point he was doing 80 miles an hour. He's afraid. He said he turned and his fucking sunglasses flew off.
Oh,
he
wow.
was worried about flying off the car.
Oh, jeez.
What was he holding on to?
They had like these. At one
Handles?
point they had handles on the back, but JFK didn't like guys on the back of his car. So there's a photo of him squatting as they came around. I think before Elm Street, squatting to be behind Miss Kennedy on the running boards. Wow. And then there was he held on to. I don't know what he held on to when they were actually speeding to Parkland Memorial.
Just having his fucking fingertips in the little seam for the
Dude,
trunk.
he said he had every ounce of strength.
Man.
And he said when those guys drove, the fucking follow car was 5 feet or less behind the lead car. 5 feet or less at all times.
He just got run over.
Oh, would you? He was
and
a
his
dead
name,
man.
his name wouldn't have even made the news.
He's the most famous of all of them, Clint Hill, for some reason.
Yeah.
I guess because in the Zapruder film,
he's the guy, yeah.
He's that guy who's running and jumping on the back of that car.
How old a gentleman is he these days?
I'm going to guess in his 80s.
Yeah, he's got to be up there, huh?
He's on the NBC News last night.
Oh,
He's
yeah?
a fucking...
Is he sharp as a tack, or is he
yeah, and when he tells a story, he gets really emotional because he flashes back.
Dude, he worked for 5 presidents.
Be awkward.
Why emotional? It's been 50 years. Get over it.
Because he say
A Secret Service agent with 2 bad knees. right.
He's the one that lifted Kennedy's body out of the car too.
Well,
Really?
He helped, yeah.
I don't know if he did.
I think he covered his
Be
jacket.
awkward
He
too.
put his jacket over
Yeah.
over JFK because she wouldn't. She was just holding on to him.
Whoa.
And it's weird when you hear these guys talk because they humanize the assassination, which was so
Right.
fucking. Zapruder film is just the Zapruder film.
Yeah.
It's just this thing we watch.
Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
like he makes it like he talks about what she said in the car and how she wouldn't let go. And then he realized she didn't want anybody to see her husband's fucking bashed up, so he put his jacket over, and then she.
I hear the publicist says he's not to mention anything about the Kennedy
Yeah,
assassination.
we can only talk about his time in Greece after.
Yes.
But it's fucking. I read the first chapter. We only got the book yesterday, and I was writing for Hannity, and then I read like the last 4, which was the assassination and the epilogue and post
Right to the
White
good
House. Well, yeah, but I want to read the other stuff because I already knew the assassination
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
I actually want to read the rest of the book.
Mm.
But she was apparently an amazing fucking woman, Jackie. I never appreciated her when she was alive. She just reminded me of like a rich.
She had grace.
Yeah, but I wish I would
She
have
had
been
grace.
smarter before she died and kind of appreciate who she was.
A lot of people said that he was in love with her.
It seems like he was.
He says not, but a lot of people take that from the book.
He was married with kids, but there are moments where you're like, it does seem like he was. And how could you not be?
Yeah.
You have to be enthralled with her on some level because she was one of those people that when she was in the room with JFK, she fucking almost was outshone him. She outshone fucking John Kennedy.
Yeah. When he would go abroad, everyone used to chant Jackie's name.
Yeah,
they
she was
loved
the one.
seeing her. Yeah.
He introduced himself in Europe or something as, "Hi, I'm the man who accompanied
Right.
Mrs. Kennedy."
Yeah. Ich bin eine cuckold.
And all she wanted to do was talk about Martin Luther King and fucking.
Oh, God.
Okay.
All right, yeah. When's Clint coming in? 9 o'clock?
9 o'clock.
Nice.
So fuck dumb Tower Reed.
So rolling, relax.
Dumb
It's all
publicist.
good. Oh, stupid Kim Kardashian.
She's on one of the morning shows.
Today exclusive, the writer.
Today.
Apparently she's co-hosting today.
Yeah.
She's
Oh,
doing
she
this Sarah
is.
Palin gig.
Who?
It's going to be captivating.
She's co-hosting the Today Show?
She's doing the Sarah Palin gig. She's what's up.
She's got that fake relationship with Kanye West.
You think it's publicity?
No.
Complete publicity
That's
stunt.
love. Y'all are wrong.
Complete publicity stunt.
Kanye said
She's
that-
good at publicity stunts. I'll give her that much.
Said he-
Or her people are. Yes, Jimmy.
It's so stupid, people on Twitter. Someone Twitter Tara Reid. Got the flu. Need to clear your sinuses. Take a deep breath and sniff Jim Norton's oniony beanbag. Just no reason for that.
What's her name on Twitter? Tara Reid?
Yes, it's Tara Reid.
I'm just saying.
Oh.
I'm just saying it's Tara Reid on Twitter.
I would say,
Relax, Roland.
I would say,
nothing over here.
hey, if she's sick, I would say, wish her well. I hope she feels better.
Yeah.
I hope she feels better.
Godspeed.
Godspeed.
Roland, you're doing a great
Thank
job.
you. I so appreciate it, guys. Oh, guys. Hi. Sorry. I'll do a phoner.
Oh yeah, no, we don't want to phone her.
No.
Because she's not even just doing this. She's supposed to be sick today, and then people are like, well, is she going to make DC April 12th through the 14th? And like people are like, I don't know.
What's going on down there? I'm confused.
Well, I'm doing the Improv that week.
Are you? And
Tickets
you're
are
hoping she shows up?
A couple of the shows are already sold. And April 19th through 21st, I'm in Cincinnati at that fucking Funny Bone.
All right, Roland, why don't you go get some coffee? Relax. Everything's
I can't.
good.
I'm on this diet thing. I have to.
You look like you lost weight.
What? Is that
Good
why you're
boy.
so fucking miserable?
Good.
Yeah, I'm about to kill somebody.
That's good, though. You on Weight Watchers points?
No, it's a different one.
That's what I'm doing.
Parents.
You lose weight? You look
Yeah.
like you did. How many pounds?
A few, and this one's a 90-day program. And
Few.
My,
Well, maybe you'll get up to many or several.
well, my friend, he lost.
Mr. Vague.
He was bigger than me. He lost like 100 pounds on this program.
Oh,
good for you.
90 days. So I started it a week ago. Even at Bruce, backstage with all these fried foods.
Whoa.
I just grabbed a water.
Always comes back.
Did you meet
to
Bruce
by
again
the way.
last night?
Always comes back.
The other one, no, he walked by and just like pet my head. So that was more than enough.
You get your fucking picture?
No, yeah.
Not yet. You're that close to him. Get your fucking picture.
But I screamed when I went, ah! When he touched me, then I go, picture.
Did you drink last night?
Water.
Wow.
Yeah, that's why you're miserable.
Yep.
You
You like fucking drinking.
I love it. Right now, I'd be having Baileys and coffee going, hey guys, what's up?
Right, yeah.
She canceled Mazel Tov and leave.
Yeah, who cares? Mazel tov.
So no booze, fried food, or sugar, man.
Or pasta is my
You're
favorite.
losing your mind.
But
This is everything he likes.
I'll bet
Yeah.
Roland has apnea though, because you're always tired, and I know how awful it is for me, and you're heavier, so it's like it will help you probably sleep
Rub
better.
it in, Jimmy.
No, but I'm saying it will probably help you breathe better.
Don't diagnose.
No, no.
No,
I'm
I
not
mean, you know,
dying
being a
to
fat fuck.
Whatever color the nose is, I wouldn't die it.
Jesus.
No double F word, please.
Yes, I know. I wasn't saying that about you. I was saying Jimmy.
No,
would
I
be
was
very
saying
insulting if he would say that.
I was trying to encourage this heap of shit that he's doing well. Nothing on that. Trying to encourage Roland.
It's just so mean.
No, it's okay.
It was very mean, and we're scared of Roland.
Yeah, it's
Why?
funny
I want
that
Roland to be
you
healthy.
guys always tell Roland he's doing a good job right before you think he's on the verge of a
Oh,
breakdown.
yeah, we're all
That's the tell. Like when they think you're about to break down.
we're all
like, you're doing
secretly
a great
scared
job.
of Roland, the angry panda.
Yeah,
We don't want to be pulled through
Angry
those bars.
panda.
And
Oh,
my-
man.
And my protein shake.
Lose
is
your
delicious.
jacket.
Yeah, my jacket is close to the bars. I don't want him pulling me and the jacket into the
You got to
cage.
spin around. Roland's just playing with your jacket,
Oh, my
tearing it to
God,
shreds.
no, thank
You can only watch and poke him with a stick.
Hey, can we do the Mega Millions broad? That's where we were.
Oh, right. I want to hear
Roland,
it.
thanks, buddy.
I hear that bitch.
Fuck Tara Reid.
Yeah.
Love to.
I'm reading your lips today. I get it.
Right in her
Fuck
hipless
her.
body.
Hips stopped growing at 12 years old on that body.
Where's the bitch's hips?
All right, Mega Millions broad. We did the story, but I want to hear the audio of the story because she's a real treat.
Got him.
I got him good.
He pulled it. Hey, Roland. Roland turns around.
Zach almost broke his dumb hip.
Here we go.
All right.
Merlando Wilson.
Oh, yuck.
Merlonda.
Terrible name that is.
Oh, God.
Advertisement.
Don't look like Merlando Wilson.
Huh?
I had to close the window and go back to it.
Why?
Because
Well, open it up. Let's let some air in here.
Hey, we got any word on new computers, or are they going to just let that fall by the wayside like everything else around
they
here?
need new computers
Everywhere.
the
But
whole
how about you get one of your bigger shows some computers? Start with us. That would be nice.
A week since the winning tickets were sold in Maryland, Kansas, and Illinois. Well, not a single winner has officially claimed their big prize. In Illinois, the winning store will receive a big fat check today. Lottery officials in Maryland, though, have a news conference scheduled for this afternoon, and they've had their doubts about a McDonald's employee who says she won that state's ticket. She still hasn't forked over that all-important piece of paper. Even her attorney hasn't seen it.
I cannot say with any certainty that this ticket exists, and I would caution anybody until it's presented to the lottery commissioner for processing that it does exist.
All right, so let's sort this out. Joining me this morning is Yvonne Wenger of the Baltimore Sun. Yvonne, it's good to have you here.
Baltimore.
What's going to happen this
Is this too long?
Yeah.
I like cutting our losses lately.
Let's cut our losses on
It's
this.
kind of long, right? I just want to hear the broad talk.
They're just babbling. Why wouldn't they just let her talk?
Yeah,
You know what, though? If she did win, she will be an interesting fucking one to watch unfold with the money.
She didn't win.
But if she did... Huh?
It'll take 2 weeks and she'll spend it all.
Yeah, that would be kind of fun.
Yeah.
She'll buy one she'll buy like she'll have like a 300-story hat built.
You and your hats. I love Jimmy's hat obsession.
I don't know why the hats.
It's hats.
You're talking about a lady that lost a ticket, but she hasn't checked her own pants yet. And you're still hoping that she's the winner, Jimmy?
No ticket.
There's no fucking way.
Either that or she just realizes what's about to happen, so she's casting doubt everywhere.
No, she's a lunatic. She hasn't thought those things out.
Man, I hope you're right, because I want her to be destitute and die of starvation. I hate her with a vengeance.
Oscar De La Hoya next?
That story made me so fucking happy.
That's why we'll have an Oscar De La Hoya update for everybody next.
Oh.
Hey, how you doing? This is Andrew Dice Clay. Yeah.
Hey, this is Cheech.
And this is John.
Hey, this is Chelsea Lately.
Hey, what's up? This is Chris Rock.
Hey, Opie and Anthony, this is Paul Mooney, and you sound like shit.
Oscar De La Hoya scores win.
How happy did this make you?
Excuse me, an alleged hooker's sex romp suit. Yeah, absolutely, man.
So great, man.
What happened?
She, I guess, I don't even know what she alleged. It was something like he forced her to stay. She's a high-priced escort.
Oh,
In
wow.
the suite. At the plaza, I think it happened.
Right.
And I don't know exactly what the thing was, but she was accusing him of not letting her leave or some bullshit.
Accuse him in a $5 million lawsuit. $5 million she wanted from Oscar. for taking advantage of her during a drug-fueled sex romp.
I love drug fuel.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
Drug fueled.
Cheaper than gas these days.
Picture a gas pump with just pills coming out of it. It's drug fueled.
In a devastating 1-2 punch, Manhattan Supreme Court Justice Paul Wooten found Angelica's tale of being imprisoned by the Olympic gold medalist frivolous, throwing her suit out and ordering her to pay a $500 fine.
Get a new suit?
And the boxer's legal fees.
Oh, I get it.
That's a big one, because Oscar does not use a fucking $200 an hour lawyer. What joke did I miss? What happened?
Oh, nothing, Chip.
It was a good one.
Oh, God.
Something about a suit.
Yeah.
Dan had a good one.
What did he say? What did I say?
They said that they threw her suit out, and I said she's going to have to get a new suit.
Not that kind of suit. That's a stupid joke.
Chip,
it's not funny.
How come you get that? It's a joke. God, Chip.
I would have said suit. What is she? Hearts, clubs, aces, diamonds, or other things?
Well, that's good, too.
That works. Wooten found the case was completely without merit in the law and said the suit was fashioned simply to harass or maliciously injure the troubled fighter.
Kurt, I had it first, you asshole.
What happened? What happened?
I have to tell my jokes a minute after I say them.
De La Hoya's lawyer contended her fears were ridiculous.
De La Hoya lawyer.
Because his client's touching of plaintiff, a prostitute, in the context of a night of sexual activity cannot be deemed offensive.
Oh.
So bravo. She was just looking for a little fame and a little payday.
Fuck her. I'm just so happy he won. I don't know what the merits of her allegations are. My opinion would be that it would be bullshit. And I'm just so fucking happy that the judge said pay his legal fees. Because you know Oscar has a fucking big gun lawyer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The judge realized that De La Hoya never threatened her with force, and he said, the judge here, he was slapping them with the fine and the legal fees because frivolous and baseless allegations will not be tolerated by this court.
Great.
We need more of that.
Absolutely we do. More judges should do that, because then people will be a lot less likely to file these garbage fucking bullshit suits.
Right.
I was just watching Bruce doing something. Bruce Springsteen. They showed him at the show, and there was a young fan that he brought up on stage. I don't know what that's all about. I'm sure Roland knows. But
do you think Roland would be happy to be brought up on stage and sing along?
Oh, he would love it.
Dancing in the dark?
Even if we're just dancing in the dark. He does the fucking Courtney Cox dance.
Yeah.
Hey, fatty! puts his hand out and brings him up on stage.
And pulls his back.
Can't start fire without a spark. It's higher. You dance in the dark.
Yeah, it's just dark and I'm dancing.
And no one understands what I say. I go to bed and having sleep apnea.
You're fucking with the angry panda, you know.
I know. It's very,
careful.
very dangerous.
I'm gasping in the dark. Because I stop breathing when it's dark.
And start a fire.
Can't get a good night's sleep.
And start a fire. That spark? It's kind of higher.
That's a good one.
We're looking at the Roland Photoshops.
Yeah, there's a lot.
You know the picture of Roland, front row at the Springsteen show? So you see Roland's big fucking head and Springsteen in the background. Well, people are photoshopping.
Yeah. That's a funny one with Roland shirtless and Bruce is sexually looking at a shirtless man on stage.
Give us some more.
That's a good one.
Is there any other good ones? Is this on the Facebook page, Opie and Anthony?
Roland just loves Bruce. Roland standing in Vietnam, where
what a famous assassination that is. The Asian guy just shooting the other Vietnamese dude.
Yeah.
Wow. And Roland's just there to have his picture taken.
Roland's just looking at the camera.
Yeah.
You're not paying attention to the murder happening behind him.
The cold-blooded murder behind him.
Any other good ones?
They have him at the Oswald killing, too.
Oh, they do?
Yeah. Okay, there's a stallion fucking Bruce in the ass on stage, and Roland's just kind of looking.
He has no idea. It's happening behind him.
He's just looking on.
I see there's one from Ground Zero. The famous Hulk picture looking around the fucking building. Now that's
Hitler's
Roland.
driving past Roland.
Yeah.
Giving the Hitler. Very good. They put a,
very good.
They put a little hat on him in the Oswald assassination or killing.
That's my favorite right there.
That is a good one.
Yeah, that's fucking great.
Oh, man. Good old Roland.
Roland running away from the Hulk.
The Hulk is coming out from the building.
Where are you going? I did this for you.
A visual element would be
Where
great.
you going? I did this for you. It was very funny.
I did this for you. I forgot about that. Yeah. Hilarious.
Bullshit, though. It's not real.
That shit's hilarious.
Jimmy in his pink hoodie on stage with Bruce.
I look good in my pink hoodie. I'll roll in at the fucking Hindenburg.
Just taking a photo.
Roland is the Hindenburg.
Hey, is this a visual?
Anthony.
Is this a visual element right now?
It is, actually. It's very fun.
Are we doing a visual element?
Yes, we are.
No, well, we don't have a visual element.
Oh.
For ourselves.
So
We're
we're
just describing it.
Sam's more mad than he's letting on to today. You're really frustrated with the computers, huh?
They're horrible.
Computer.
I'm just having the same problems.
Why
at 5
won't they
o'clock in the
update the fucking computers?
Why would
How
they?
hard could it be?
Because I was back in the office before the show having problems with the computer because everything was slow, and then
If I was
it's a timely thing doing a radio show.
if I was running this company, I would pick a couple shows that desperately need their computers updated, and I would just fucking get them updated.
How about
You don't
the
have to
ones-
do the whole place.
The ones that are live.
Yeah.
Like if the show's live.
He's got a ball gag in his mouth.
Yeah.
Dildo on his head.
A dildo flopped across his head. That's a good
no,
one.
that might be Bruce's big cake.
Oh, it's Bruce's cock over his head.
I think
right.
it's Bruce's big cake.
Wow, that's amazing.
Well, the computer's working now, so we're good. And let's not forget about Tim in Afghanistan. We're
Yeah,
bitching, and
exactly.
he's out there
Bitching. I was with the village
fighting the
people.
good fight.
Yeah, but his computer works.
His
So we can
computer
listen.
works. You're
Hey,
right.
Roland's picture on the Justice for Trayvon post. That's very funny.
Trayvon.
That's hilarious.
That's a good
Roland's picture.
Funny.
Hey, Marion Barry is in trouble again.
Oh, no. I love
We
it.
had Marion Barry on our show.
Marion Barry.
Remember? And the
Yes.
publicist was all nervous. We only got to talk to her for a couple minutes real quickly. Marion Barry complains of Asian-owned dirty shops after winning D.C. primary. Former D.C. Mayor Marion Barry is once again attracting the wrong kind of attention.
The wrong kind. Never.
When will Marion Barry stop smoking crack?
Never.
Oh, Ira's around today?
Oh.
Let me go look.
Yeah.
Right
Can we kidnap?
Oh.
You think we could kidnap Ira?
I've been hoodwinked. Shanghai.
If I see him, should I just ask him if he wants to come on the show?
Yeah. Let's see what he says.
No. I'm not allowed.
I work for Jay Thomas.
Think he gets paid?
A little bit. Not much.
Why don't we just pay him more?
It's a good idea.
Bidding war for
for
Ira.
We'll give you more.
I miss Ira on this show.
Who doesn't?
He was great.
I don't understand.
bright blue sky.
I don't understand why he couldn't come on.
Because Jay Thomas,
Doesn't
is a
want
twat.
him. Don't
What
want
did
him
Jay
on.
say, though? Did he ever respond, or did he ever say?
No,
like,
not really. He just,
I bet he's afraid that he's going to say something or get caught up in some situation in here that isn't appropriate, and then it would be like it would take away from his wholesome kind of family show.
Jay doesn't have a family show, does he?
I don't know.
I don't know what he
But
does.
Jay,
I've done it.
But Jay doesn't know how to do, to
you're
handle
filthy.
Ira the right way. Ira's not as exciting on Jay's show as he was on ours.
I'm a
That's the
bundle
problem.
of energy.
Let's see. Wrong kind of attention. Marion Barry, after he used his election night victory speech to go after Asian-owned stores. What's this about? And he said, we've got to do something about these Asians coming in, opening up businesses, those dirty shops.
Can you imagine if a fucking white politician said that?
Oh my God!
It's in the news, I'm sure, but it's not. I haven't seen it
There's
this
no
morning.
big outrage.
No.
Barry went on to say they ought to go. I'll just say that right now,
Wow.
But we need African-American business people to be able to take their places, too.
Well, that's always been the sticky wicket, hasn't it?
So what's the
Getting
problem with this?
Black-owned businesses in black communities.
Why can't that happen?
There's always been that. There's always been that headbutting between the black community and the Asian shop owners that come in and open up stores, and what they say, the blacks say, take the money out of their community,
right,
and don't put it back in.
Then how about this? How about in black neighborhoods, you just don't go to those stores. You don't support them.
Well, because then there would be nowhere to really shop.
Yeah.
But instead of blaming it on the Asians, how about pool some resources, do some planning, open up some businesses, and frequent those businesses. There you go. There you go. Don't knock the Asians for coming into communities that are a lot of times very dangerous for them to work in and supplying a service. I'm sure they don't like you as much as you don't like them. Just watch Menace.
Part of the problem is what Patrice talked about, too, which was Asian customer service is usually very bad. And I do attribute that to the fact that there are so many Asian people. They just get used to whatever. All right, next. Like,
you think that's what it is?
I do.
As simple as that?
Yeah, I just think it's a cultural thing.
Yeah.
And I've had problems at our supermarket, which is run by Asian people, and I'm astounded by the lack of giving a fuck when I have like a legit complaint about terrible service. Like I'll order food and 2 hours later it's not there. And like, we were whatever, or they send me the wrong order.
But that's got to be in their DNA.
No, it's just a cultural thing.
I think it's just a cultural
thing,
huh?
They'll send me, like, I order something and it's wrong, so I call back. And then they'll resend it, pick up their item, and then charge me the extra $1.11 for the new item. It's like, you fucking took 2 hours and sent the wrong stuff?
Ugh.
And then I call the manager. I'm like, oh, okay.
Give you a smile?
No, they're terrible. The head will occasionally, but their customer service is not good. Patrice said it. Never once do you get in a Chinese restaurant like, hey, you're here every day, here's an egg roll. Never.
About 5-10 minutes.
So they're kind of abrasive in that way.
Okay.
So what will happen is...
that Mr. Cohen. He live on Park Avenue.
In these neighborhoods.
Cartwright. Cartwright.
Seinfeld.
I think
I say Cartwright. She say cuss word. Hang up.
Black people don't feel any connection, I think, to the Asians.
Right.
And maybe vice versa.
I've never felt a connection to an Asian.
I think they're great citizens.
I just haven't.
Wow.
No, I have.
But you say on regular radio, you get in trouble. And
Tia
fired.
Carrera?
No, I've never felt a connection to an Asian in my entire life.
I just think I think only good customer service wise is lacking.
They're very robotic.
Tia Carrera?
I found.
True Lies? No?
Well, yeah.
Tia Carrera?
I think she was half Asian.
Yeah, that's true.
How about Yoshi? I
was
love
beautiful.
Yoshi?
Yoshi? All right, so you've had. I haven't had a connection.
Yeah.
Gary Nakamura?
Who's he?
Yeah, he's a friend of mine back in the 80s. Whatever happened to him?
Wait, a real friend?
It's Gary Nakamura. Yeah, he actually showed me a Sony Walkman before they were here because he used to go to Japan, and he brought one back with him, and he's like, you got to check this out.
What year was this?
I know. I just realized what I did there. This was early 80s.
How old are Walkmans? I'm saying I don't remember.
Yeah, it was pretty much right before they came over here.
Didn't our old boss fucking invent it or something?
I don't know. Yeah,
Didn't he have something to do with that crap?
He showed me this thing, and he's like, and all they really had back then was you put headphones on with your stereo system at home, or you had a transistor radio with the one little earpiece.
Right.
That was pretty much all you had for headphone related.
So why couldn't
audio.
we figure that out?
I don't know, but they figured out a way. If you remember, the Walkman revolutionized having good sound portable with you.
But
so I put this thing on and turned it on and was like, holy fuck, it sounds like a stereo. You're in a room with a fucking full-size stereo.
But we love talking about our ancestors and how they didn't figure shit out properly. It took forever. Yeah. So, yeah, you're saying transistor radio with the one fucking earbud.
A little earplug to
no
listen
one
to
can
the
figure
game.
out that...
A towering high fly ball deep into center field. Easily picked off the end of the inning.
That's how everything sounded back then.
But no one could figure out to make a second one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Obviously, the audio quality would have still sucked, but to hear it in both ears would have enhanced the experience a bit, right?
Yes. But, yeah, I guess it was, it didn't matter at that point. It was all fucking staticky.
Well, the thinking was that if you had both ears with sound coming, one ear, at least you could keep aware of what's going on around you.
Ah, that's true. That was very important back then.
But
you had to know if an air raid was coming from the Soviets.
But if it had two ears, they were afraid that the sound would come unevenly, and one would come like a microsecond before and destroy the brain. I made this whole thing up.
I know. I just knew.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
I just knew, too. Your acting's getting better.
No. He really is getting a lot better at his acting.
Because I almost bought that one. What was it, the Discman?
The Discman was the
When I was
with the CDs.
When I was a big time runner, I had that Discman.
Oh,
that shit would skip all over the fucking place.
Oh, right.
It would drive you nuts.
They used to skip. That's right.
Oh God!
They couldn't figure out that buffering. They didn't
No.
have enough memory to buffer the audio.
Nope.
So it wouldn't skip that.
Do you remember
bad.
how fucking advanced those things seem?
Oh, amazing! Look,
Like-
it's a disc you take with you. It's crazy.
Oh, it was great for the time.
It's just lunacy.
Like digital, just wiped out everything.
Oh, that's true. Everything's digitally delivered now. I don't even know what that is. I don't know what to make of it.
What do I know? You go futzing around up in the sky, and the next thing you know, there's all kinds of music in your flower bed. Don't tell me nothing, honey.
I still appreciate a good record. Bing or Engelbert Humperdinck. I don't know what this digital delivery is. I still get my mail from the mailman.
Yeah, that's why they call it the mailman. What happens is your cat jumps up and hits the record. I'm like, Scooter, get off of there. You're making the record skip. Quit meowing all over the place. I don't go for the digital. What if it misses? What if I go to download it and I move my iPad? What if I do that?
iPad.
What if it hits me right in my head or it goes in my head? I can't listen to songs in my hat.
Oh, God.
I don't know what's going on.
Only one ear because stereo wasn't invented yet.
Yes.
Yeah, they didn't have stereo on those things.
But why can't you just have whatever was in the left ear?
Mono in both ears.
Why not?
Right.
Why not?
I had mono in both ears once. Oh, my God.
Really?
Oh, I had to
Who
go to
gave
the
it to
doctor. Chlamydia in my nose. And then I had Jimmy's just looking at me.
Well, we got a man who accidentally shoots himself in heart with a nail gun.
Whoa, get the fuck out of here.
That's pretty cool. Why are nail guns illegal?
You're going to be okay.
Shouldn't you have to get a permit for a nail gun?
I would think. They
That
actually
shit
have,
is dangerous, no?
Well, they have pneumatic nail guns that work off the compressor. Then they have the ones that are powder actuated, which you actually use a shell, like a 22 caliber or a 38 caliber bullet shell without the lead in it. You put it in, and that goes and just fires the nail into concrete and shit. Fuck. It's pretty fucked up. And they usually have a safety on them where it has to be pressed pretty hard against a flat or a stiff, rigid surface to go off. That's like the safety. So when you see in the movies them just holding it and pulling the trigger, you can't do that. You have to push.
Well, can't you modify it?
Push
to
the
do
mount
that?
down. Well, you could push the safety down in between your fingers and let the nails fly. We used to do that.
Really?
Yeah, between your fingers.
How cool is that?
Shooting rats in the basements.
How far do they shoot?
The powder actuated ones are crazy. They'll shoot fucking far.
How far?
The pneumatic one, that'll shoot. It used to go down about 3 properties of houses in the apartment complexes we used to build.
Damn.
So, yeah,
Damn.
it was pretty fucking far. And the pneumatic one's not as far, but those are just made for wood, pretty much.
How humiliating is it? You just did fucking 5 minutes on nail guns.
Nail gun. I love a good nail gun.
But I know nothing
Fun.
about. Here's what I would go with nail guns. Yeah, man, don't get those shot at you. But you made it. It's awe-inspiring that you can be funny with nail guns and make the fucking sound and know the difference. I know nothing about them. I'd have to get a hooker in there quick.
But I mean,
I was on many job sites.
yeah, and
back
no
in
shit.
the
But
days.
this one,
still
I mean,
amazing.
that's something he fucking knows way.
It's still it just
way
boggles
too
my
close.
mind.
Dave, what's up?
Yo, what up, Opie? How's everyone doing this morning?
Good. Buddy. How are you?
Good, good, man. I've been listening for a long time, and I just wanted to say it's I always hear you use the expression that our ancestors didn't figure shit out, but like I don't know. I feel like every time when I watch the History Channel, I watch some shit about that old time shit. My mind's always blown because I'm like, oh, how the fuck did they figure that out?
Well,
The opposite reaction that you do.
It really is just a dumb, stupid bit I came up with. I mean, when you see like old time people at the beach and they got dresses on and long pants and shit. I like to go into the mindset that no one around that time figured out that maybe we should fucking make them into shorts
Start
or
cutting
cut the
these things
sleeves off the fucking dresses so we could go swimming.
I think there was this puritanical bullshit
Yeah.
going on too.
Yeah, I know. That's why there's a dumb bit. I'm sure there's a reason why they didn't do any of this stuff.
Imagine some fucking woman back then just hitting the beach when they had those parasols and frilly clothes they used to wear to the beach in like with a smoking body in a fucking nothing bikini walking down the beach. People would be horrified. Men would just be ejaculating in their striped old-timey weightlifter uniforms.
But that's why it kind of makes it fun, because there was obviously a reason why they didn't do this stuff. But when you look back at this from the year 2012, it looks ridiculous. What about baseball games where everyone had to dress up in a suit and a tie
and their fedora
and their suits were wool? Like, no one figured out, you know what, let's all agree that we don't have to look nice at a baseball game and sweat our balls off, and let's wear some fucking T-shirts and enjoy ourselves.
What changed that, where everything that used to be a dress-up event just became...
I don't know.
I would love to know what changed that.
But, you know...
60s?
You just didn't leave your house unless you were properly dressed. I get the reason why they did it back then, but looking back at it now, it just seems ridiculous.
I think it was this whole thing where every generation looks back at their parents and just goes, I don't want to dress like that or be like that. I think even back then, you don't imagine it happening back then, because even the kids that grew up were oldie time people. So you don't realize that they were still rebelling against their dumb parents and their frilly clothes and umbrellas at the beach.
We brought the transistor radio up today with the one earpiece. That seems like, why wouldn't they come up with two earpieces if you're at the beach or a park when you don't have to worry about what else is going on around you?
It's a no-brainer.
So you can really, enjoy the game.
Of course.
I guess I was just trying to say that all these things are the stepping stones to the shit that we have today. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get why in the end, but it's kind of fun to just kind of beat them up for it.
Before I leave, I just want to say one thing before I leave this morning, fellas. You guys got to bring back the animation festival. I did one of the animations that you guys showed back in the day.
Yeah, let's get on that with management, and then whatever.
That's another thing they just decided,
Yeah, why bother?
I did the one with Anthony at the eggs. He guys were all eggs and burst with the rock, and Anthony had the guns all over him and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. I remember that.
Thank you, man. That was such a fun event.
It really was.
I love that.
We sold very, very well, and why don't we do it again?
Well, I've tried for years.
What is the big hang?
What's the hullabaloo?
I don't know. I don't know what the...
Do you want me to go down and ask?
Yeah.
I'll go ask right now. What exactly is the holdup?
For doing an animation festival again.
This is your answer. No, I'm going to write down the answer, because they might be listening.
Okay, write down the answer. Wow. Boom. All
right, man.
Does Opie have a match? All right, everybody. Jim is going to go down to the management side of the building and ask a question. Why can't we do an animation fest? Why can't we do an animation fest? Everybody, write down your answers, and we'll see if we get a match. Opie's writing down his answers.
Why don't you write one down?
Richard Dawson is fucking Kitty Carlisle.
How old are you? Come on, man. Childhood of the 80s.
Exactly.
Don't get weak on me.
I'm holding my big stick microphone that was only used for the decade of the 70s.
Yeah, Ponchi in El Paso, Texas. He goes, Opie had it right with the luggage, with the wheels. How many years without wheels?
Right.
Like, to me, that seems like a dumb thing they could have figured out a long time ago.
Everyone carrying luggage at some point back then
People
said,
forget.
God, this is heavy. I wish something.
Right.
I wish. Wheels, what?
People forget. We used to have to carry our luggage through airports and shit.
Silly.
Through the city and all that
Silly.
crap.
I love it. They call me Rubberneck.
Yeah, you could remove the safety on the nail guns.
Oh, yeah, you can remove safety on anything, but as far as on the job site fooling around, you don't remove the safety. You just kind of bypass it. Yeah, that's what you do to have fun. Huh? What? Really?
Didn't we? What the? Who the? E-Rock just yelled in my ear, we're checking. We'll explain in a second.
Oh,
okay.
That's different. Jesus Christ, who wrote that?
Hey, Jim, we didn't pick up the phone because someone said Ed Norton was calling it.
Someone wrote Ed Norton on the fucking...
Who did it? Well, hold on, just because he complains that he doesn't get credit for things. That would be Paul.
Oh! E-Rock giving him credit for a fuck up.
It looks like we got a wash.
A whiny.
What'd you think?
That's a wash for the day for Paul. One good thing, one bad thing. That's a wash. Jim Norton, what's up?
It's Edgar. And
it's Edgar.
Calling with an update, Opie.
Opie.
What's up, Edgar?
Right, Opie.
About the animation Festival. I'm down at the other end of the hallway. Anthony,
Yeah?
I'm gonna talk to somebody shortly.
Over the phone, he sounds like that episode of The Twilight Zone where the dead guy kept calling the old woman because the phone line fell on the tombstone.
Oh, that's creepy.
My teeth are fine.
Help me.
Shut up.
Are the bosses? Oh, wait. That was the update.
Oh.
That he's going to talk to somebody?
Oh, that he's going to talk to somebody.
That means no one's here, huh? They're not here today.
Hmm.
I've seen guys nail their feet to the floor with the nail guns.
Very funny, Jaster. You can use a big gulp cup to do that phone sound. Help me. He goes, big gulp cup use number 43.
Well, we're waiting for Jim Norton to get the update
And
on
to
the
piss in,
animation
which is
festival,
what I think he meant.
which we've wanted to do. We've wanted to do a second one for many years.
Yeah.
Clint Hill is going to be in studio at 9 o'clock.
He's the Secret Service agent that was on the back of the Kennedy limo right after the assassination.
Correct.
Yeah.
Do we wait for Jimmy or take a break?
I got to piss like a racehorse.
Oh, fuck. We'll take a break, see what Jimmy found out about the animation festival.
I got pissed like you read about in Omni.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Omni.
Remember Omni magazine? What the fuck is going on with me today? I just keep going back in time with every reference.
I used to like Omni magazine.
Omni was cool.
What?
Who used to, who was head of that? Was that Bob Guccione? From Penthouse? Bob Guccione.
I think you might be right.
Omni magazine, Bob Guccione.
I think it was his way of trying to go a little legit.
Go legit.
What
Lo-
years was
what?
Omni magazine,
Okay.
Sam?
It works. First issue, October 1978. The last issue was winter of 1995.
95 it went up to?
With an internet version lasting until 1998. So this still counts for child of the 80s.
Omni
Yes.
was good. I don't remember anything I read, but
I remember
liked
Omni.
it at the time.
It was all very much about space and fucking science, technology, and shit like that.
Crazy shit they were working on.
Yeah. I would love to get some back issues and
see
see
if
what
it
the
came
fuck,
true?
see what they thought in the 80s,
Yeah.
what was going to happen in the future. I love those things about, especially the year 2000, which was so iconic as far as a date goes. And,
So let's find a magazine. What year you want to
yeah.
go with?
Well, look at the covers. They were
I
all
remember
very
the covers were
mysterious.
cool.
Bob Guccione. Love, work, and play in the 21st century.
That's perfect.
Wow, that is perfect.
Can we read it?
I mean, I don't
Open
know
up a
the
page.
issue.
Go
Open up
ahead.
a page.
Open a page.
Open up a page.
The cover's right there.
Come on,
Who's
let's
that?
go.
Well, that's Life magazine. What the fuck is going on?
Picture of a magazine. It doesn't mean we can read it.
Flip it open.
Flip it
No,
open.
that's
Or at
right
least tell us
there.
what's in it.
What's wrong with you? Oh.
It doesn't tell us what's in it?
No, it's just a cover.
Well, do something.
You don't have control over that.
Get an e-reader. Do something. I
I don't know if Omni magazine is on the iPod yet.
Oh, just do something, please.
iPad. There's another cover.
How do we find out what's in these issues? Because that would, Ant's right. It would be cool to see if any of this shit came true, or if we were wasting our time back then. Come on, do something. Come on, do something.
Maybe you got to scroll your finger across it.
All right, we're gonna break, and then we got the nail gun story. Guy takes a nail gun right to the fucking heart.
That's fucked up right there,
I
yo.
have no idea if he lived or not. We're gonna find out next. Chop chop.
Sirius XM. The Opie and Anthony Show.
It's such a Friday today.
Oh, it certainly is.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man. What a difference.
That's Nicki Minaj without the shit. Damn.
Looks like Nicki from the block.
Well, I don't really know Gaga, but as far as Madonna, I've had the pleasure, of working with her, obviously, and
Obviously?
I
No,
feel like
not obviously.
she's
I didn't
really
know.
changed and reinvented not only herself but pop culture. What inspires me about Madonna is that she's able to balance all of this with her.
How does she have fans, man? Yeah, she's a twat.
Catchy songs.
Catchy songs.
Yeah,
She's on the Today Show. Nicki Minaj.
Nicki
Minaj.
Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj.
What?
Starship. Or Starships is her single.
I don't know that.
It's big right now.
And you don't have to play
No, it's
it.
not.
We don't care.
Oh.
Why do you always say no?
E-Rock was ready to go, I bet.
Of course he was. We did our dance party. Yeah. One dance party a week.
Oh, please.
No, I think today is.
There's no way I'm bouncing in this fucking chair again.
We're not doing a dance party.
To a dance party.
No, we're not doing it.
Just listen to it.
We're not going to do it today.
Oh, shit. You can't help it.
Oh, wait a minute. It's a little catchy, though. You feeling a little bit?
Wait till it gets in. There it goes. There we go.
Why can't they just say floor?
Mo, because it
It's
doesn't rhyme with
more.
Mo.
It's more. Ah, shit. Troy's in studio. Troy Kwan. What's up, Troy Kwan?
We're talking about a woman. He's probably here to bash her. No, I'll tell you why Nicki Minaj is cool. And she comes across stupid. But she does pop songs like this, but then she'll get down on like a total gangster rap track. And she'll kill it. Well, Dance Ass is a fucking amazing song.
She's not that good on it, though.
That her part is fucking insane.
Troy, could you leave the fucking mirror back by your studio? You gotta bring it with you everywhere.
My mirror?
Yeah, you fucking walk around with that mirror just looking at yourself all the time. It's embarrassing.
You are looking better today, though.
Yeah, you are.
The swelling's
looking
coming.
better, sounding better.
The swelling's going down.
Dude, I'm sleeping better than I've ever slept in my life.
Really?
The sexual tension between you and Francine yesterday, it was palpable.
Yeah. Fuck that twat.
I love Francine. You don't like her?
You two are going to end up together. You two are going to end up together.
I don't even know what happened.
Oh, my
Half
God.
the listeners don't know what happened. What
Francine
happened?
They should listen to the after show.
Well, it's kind of a running storyline because
is it?
they had a little tiff a while ago.
A picture trade?
No. Oh, a tiff. I know that. Yes. Yes.
E-Rock, did you hear E-Rock blurt that out? Or was it just me?
What happened?
No.
E-Rock just blurted out, that was funny in my ear.
Oh, good.
Oh, he picks
some
who he talks to?
validation. Some validation for Jimmy.
I'm sorry.
He's a dork.
No, they had a little run-in because Francine once came in here and sat on Troy's lap and did her little act, that she does to get guys to like her and want to have sex with her.
Which
and
works.
Troy was having no fucking part of it. He's like, fuck this guy. I'm not fucking buying into your shit. And she obviously took it personally. And they've had this kind of little thing going on ever since. And then yesterday, she called up the shit show, after show. I'm sorry, the shit after show.
Shit show. You listen to it a lot because this is an after show storyline.
You know what? I want something that's more aggravating than the traffic I'm sitting in. So I listen to your fuck-ass show. And that
was a compliment.
Yeah, it was.
Put it in the promo.
Was it?
That was a good one.
Oh. And so yesterday she called up and started talking about Troy and the fact that since he didn't want to fuck her, that Troy must be gay. It's the only reason a guy would want to have sex with her and hang out with her is they have to be gay.
Maybe.
Because any guy would want to fuck her. And Troy's like, no, fuck you. You're just an annoying twat.
I mean, after that whole thing, I felt bad because she seems borderline retarded.
Borderline?
Right? I mean, she's not a bobo because you can speak with her,
No
but
one's a bobo.
She's not far off. She just doesn't understand it. She's about 30 years old. She just doesn't understand that guys just want to take semen out of their fucking balls and release it. And they will say whatever they have to say
My goodness.
to use your fucking hole to do that.
Troy, don't lump us all into your sick, twisted fucking mentality.
No, but we're all guys here. We completely understand what's going on. We've all said bullshit to girls so we could use their orifices to dump our fucking load.
Is that all you do?
That's terrible.
Dump loads?
That must be what good-looking guys do.
Sounds like a lonely life.
Like
doesn't it?
instead of actually maybe carrying on a conversation, having a little fun.
Would you really, with that girl, would you take her out, have a conversation, take her out to dinner, take her out to a movie, to fuck her?
No, she's black.
I would for Francine, but she fucking drinks too much. That's why she would freak me out.
But she's
she
fucking
She drinks too
stupid.
much?
Come.
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't
she's
know that.
sexy. She turns me on though.
But you can't like what's past her looks and her hole. There's no brain there. There's nothing left there.
Delicate teeter-tottering act with Troy. Hole, a juicy hole. I can't really fucking deal with her yapping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially at the age I'm at. At 18, 19 years old, I'll put up with that bullshit to fucking bust a nut. Sure.
Yeah. No, not so much.
Fuck no. I'd rather go home and jerk off in the toilet.
In the mirror, look in the mirror, though.
Jerk off looking in the mirror.
I'd rather do that than fuck that dumb
Shuts
bitch.
his eyes and fantasizes about himself.
Lucky me, lucky me.
Oh my God!
You guys
deserve this.
You guys,
you deserve this.
You guys started a shitstorm with this.
I'm gonna jerk off to myself. I'm gonna squeeze my balls and think of me.
I hope to God I do not come across like a pompous asshole like that to you guys.
Don't worry about it. Hope I'm not a pompous ass.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the picture right there.
No,
That's the
pompous
shot.
asshole at all.
No.
I've explained this. And Anthony,
Is that a model shot?
Anthony, you've been in bands,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you've done promotional shots,
Oh,
right?
I certainly have.
Okay, so when you're selling an image, you don't want to just stand against a blank screen and just look like a bunch of
What are you
fucking
selling
dope
there,
show.
though?
Yeah,
Well,
what image
are you
you're
selling
selling?
besides
Yeah,
a
what's
hard
the sell
cock?
there?
I DJ. They use these photos for promotional uses.
Yeah.
So if am I gonna look like a fucking slob standing in a photo for a?
No, it's very artistic. It's black and white. It's kind of almost a fisheye lens thing going. It's a very stylish photo. Sexy is the word I'm looking for.
Can I
You're
go
right.
with the promotional shot thing, though?
Sure.
Sam, explain to Troy how me and Ant handle our promotional shot.
Well, you see, Troy, there's in the lobby, it's the proper representation of who you are as a show, right? So the first image that you get of the Opie and Anthony show when you walk into that lobby is a photoshopped version of a picture that some guy took at the Hard Rock when they were there.
Really well thought out.
And let the record show that SiriusXM begged us to do a photo shoot.
Will you please
And we
let-
said no. We said this picture's good enough.
Right. They're saying, we're taking photos of all the shows. We're going to have nice promo shots for everyone. And you guys said, no, somebody took a photo of us at the Hard Rock together.
That's a good picture.
Well, first of all, that's funny because it's you guys, so it adds
it's
his humor
just
to it.
us.
Second of all, you guys are already established. People
Are
know
we?
who you are,
And we're not
We're on our
half
way
as
out.
attractive. So that's what it is.
We're so on our way out that we should have probably listened to them.
But both
maybe
you-
they could have.
You guys could easily do something.
Great in black and white. I'm so stylish.
You guys can
I'm
easily do a
Troy
cool
Kwan.
photo shoot. Both you guys, something that doesn't have to be like, look how awesome I am, but something interesting.
Well, I like to comb my hair a lot.
Chip is in it.
He's like rubbing his arm against me.
He'll do that. You gotta watch
Yeah,
it.
watch out for that.
Now, you guys could easily do a cool photo shoot. Something interesting, something just bizarre.
So I want you to look at your.
I'll make fun of your clothes.
What kind of
if
photo
they're
shoot should
not
they do?
stylish.
Well, I had a great idea for Anthony's.
know.
I had a great idea for Anthony's compound photos. I was telling him about it. I thought it'd be cool. Anthony dressed up like total Italian mob-looking dude,
Mob.
hair slicked back, cigar, wine glass,
I like
hanging out in your backyard with beautiful big titty girls around, guns. Set it up like this whole fucking thing. Like you can do cool stuff, and you don't have to be like, look how.
Unfortunately, that's
awesome
been
I am.
taken by every black rapper.
But isn't that funny? It's a goof with you doing that.
Well, it is kind of funny. Yeah, I like it.
You hanging out with gold chains, hanging out with fucking hot black chicks in your backyard. You're like, "Okay,
That would be funny, though.
My neighbor's gonna say.
You're deflecting though. I want to go back to
Like
your
that.
publicity shot and explain what you're selling.
But what I'm saying to you is, you can easily do things that don't.
Are
have
you
to,
selling sex in your pictures?
Sex.
Well, I'm buying.
He is.
What are you selling there?
But you understand.
It's a cool
Oozes
photo of
sexuality.
you, yes. But what are you actually selling?
Do you understand that when I go play a venue, what they will do is they will take this picture and they will put it on the
Jerk
website.
off
Now,
to
if
it.
you look like a fucking turd, why would they?
I get it to a point, but what are you selling in that picture?
This is who I am. This is me as a person. That's
Are
what
you
I look like.
selling? I'm a DJ, but maybe you could even have sex with me.
Yeah. Wait till you see this dick.
Yeah. Are you?
And you think I'm good with the DJing? Wait till you see that.
Is your
dick.
name DJ Dreamboat? Because it should be.
Well, why?
My
It's a very
secret powers are in my moose. Well, I want you to fall in love with me. Truck.
He's
DJ
looking off
Beefcake.
into the distance. I like that.
So if you're
you're too smooth to acknowledge the camera. I like that.
Yeah, he's
Looking
looking
off
over there.
like-
Why not something that looked tougher, maybe? Like, I don't know.
Because he's a hunk.
Yeah.
Wearing
You're
a
going for
dress.
Yeah, he's probably they don't shoot his balls because it's too big.
We're just
What are you
jealous.
talking about?
We're just jealous, Troy. We're just jealous.
I just
we can't pull off a picture like that, so we're jealous.
But see,
It is true.
Let's be
We
honest
can't.
with
But
you.
I'll get blasted on my Twitter like, you fucking pompous asshole, you stupid fuck. And I'm thinking to myself, like, what did I do to Opie and Anthony for them to think that I am that big of a fucking asshole that I would come across and arrogant.
Some guy called into the show yesterday, and he goes, "Troy, you're calling this girl arrogant when you come into the show talking about how much you love yourself and looking in the mirror and stuff." And Troy was like, "When did I ever say that?" And the guy goes, Well, on the main show, the guys always say that. That's
always say. You don't understand. Like,
that's how news gets started.
Whatever you guys say is the fucking law across the board, and you guys know it.
I like that.
You're not stupid.
But we weren't the one that got a picture out there that looks a lot like Chris Isaac.
Like Chris Isaac.
See, that's the problem.
I mean, first of all, that's not an insult because Chris Isaac is a handsome gentleman.
Oh,
so,
is he?
Fuck yeah, he is.
Handsome is he?
I mean,
Does Chris Isaac enter the same realm as The Rock and Bruce as far as
Would you blow
whose
Chris
dicks
Isaac?
would be
I would not
sucked?
blow Chris
What
Isaac.
about for nachos?
No, I would not blow Chris.
nachos
You'd
are
have to
good.
be pretty high up on the list for me to blow.
Love nachos.
Timberland?
I wouldn't blow
You know what?
Timberland.
I'm going to give this a try when I get home. I could go out in my backyard.
You're going to try to make that
I'm going
shot?
to do the exact pose. And I'm going to put on sunglasses, a white tee. I'm going to lean back. I'm going to look off. And I'm going to see if the pose has anything to do with the quality of the picture or if it is indeed Troy
It's got to be
Kwan.
exact.
I'll do it
You'll
exact.
go exact.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
You don't ooze the sexuality that Troy
I
Kwan
don't think I do either, but I'm going to give it a try.
I'll take it to that location. That's just in Central
I
Park.
know where it is.
I know where it is. It's
Well,
the big
I-
rock.
Yeah.
I have big rocks in my yard. I'll just use one of those.
And in your
Thank
head.
you. Jeez, Chip.
Oh, wow,
Way to
Chip.
fucking just
Awkward.
make everybody feel bad.
You got to poof your hair, too, Ant.
Oh, believe me. I'll do some fucking hairdo.
They should do a cool photo shoot, though. Not a cheesy one. You guys are not cheesy, but you should do a fucking cool photo shoot.
I
man.
know. We will, I guess.
What do you think?
I think it's great.
What ideas?
If we stay here.
I mean, I love the Anthony. I wish you would do that.
I like it.
But for the show, though, for open
like
air.
Well,
that
I mean,
idea.
you'd have to give me some time to think about it, but you guys could do. I mean, do you want
Maybe
to go?
one big sweater with two heads.
All right, this
That's
is
a good one.
Troy, Monday, you come in with some ideas for the photo shoot.
Okay, I will have
For the Opie and
I-
Anthony picture.
I will have a couple ideas laid out for you guys.
If you need a photographer, I know one, Earl Douglas.
I know
Fucking
a
Earl.
couple amazing photographers too.
Douglas.
That would do
You
it.
When
work
he's
on the
not
day after Easter?
tweeting dead people from music that I've never fucking heard. Every day, R.I.P. to fucking Erwin Wiener Schnitzel.
No, the one yesterday, you know.
I know nobody that Earl tweets.
He was a staple on Channel 7 News here in New York.
A staple?
For 30 years.
Was he
well over 30 years.
Holding papers together?
Can you show Ant the picture?
Who died?
You know.
Oh, no.
Oh, Tara Reid's here? Holy fuck.
Hey, guys. Excuse me.
Oh, hi.
That's Clint Hill. Troy.
Yes.
Yeah, get the fuck out.
Yeah,
right
Troy,
in. Thanks, guys. Bring him
hit
right
the
in.
bricks running.
We don't give a
Bring him right in. Right in.
Bring him right in, sir. Sir?
Can't make him wait.
No, of course not. Oh, here he comes. Hi, sir. Why don't you take a seat, make yourself
Hello, sir.
comfy.
Clint Hill in
Clint
the studio.
Hill.
Wow.
Of course, Secret Service to Jackie Kennedy.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome, sir.
All right. Thank you. Well, we're actually
Oh,
on.
there you go. Yeah, we're actually on the air. That's how we do it. We just
Glad you're on
come
the air.
in, get right to work.
Well, nothing. Right down to business.
Heck of a work ethic we have here.
It's good to hear.
Yeah, it is. Well, your book, what a fascinating subject, because I guess a lot of people think they've heard or read or seen everything they could possibly have about the assassination itself. But as Jimmy said earlier, you humanized this whole thing. You put an element to it where these were real people, you included, that saw history happen.
I was a witness to history in many ways, and it all happened right in front of me.
Because we see the Zapruder film. It's such a famous event. It's just an event. Like, the humanity of it is lost a lot of times because it's just something you see, like the bomb dropping. But you talk about the trip to Parkland Memorial, and you go through so much of the. Can I go back to when you first got assigned to Jacqueline Kennedy? You didn't see that as necessarily a good thing.
No, I wanted to be with the president. I'd been with President Eisenhower, and we'd been all over Europe and South America and Southeast Asia, and I had witnessed what previous first ladies had done, which meant going to tea parties in the afternoon, fashion shows, things of that nature. And I didn't want any part of that. I wanted to be where the action was, and that was with the president. So when I got the assignment and went to meet her, I wasn't enthusiastic about it. And she wasn't enthusiastic about my being there because she didn't like the idea of somebody being with her 24 hours a day the rest of her life. So it took a while for us to gradually gain each other's trust, and we did, and we became very, very close over a period of time.
And What was your first indication that this was going to be a different detail than Eisenhower?
Because of her activity. A lot of people don't know how active she was. I mean, she was an accomplished horsewoman. She rode as often as she could with the hunt group out in the Virginia countryside, chasing foxes. She loved to water ski. She loved to play tennis. She loved to play golf. And if she wasn't doing that, she'd be walking. And she was very, very active. Well, previous First Ladies had never been active like this. So that was the first hint that, oh, this is going to be different.
Wow, yeah.
And then she decided that she was going to spend a lot of time away from the White House. They leased a place in the country in Middleburg, Virginia, and we went there almost every weekend while we were in the Washington area. If we weren't doing that, we were up to and from New York. And then they had a regular routine in the Kennedy family. They would go to Hyannisport for the 4th of July, for Labor Day, for Thanksgiving, Palm Beach, Florida for Christmas, New Year's, and Easter. And then she also liked to go to Europe and to cruise on the Mediterranean. So it was going to be really an active and interesting experience, and it was.
And there's all this talk about JFK's extracurricular activity and stuff like that. You know, it's just become kind of, I guess, legendary at this point. Yeah. And, you know, with information passed now, politicians, you know, so much under such a bigger microscope. Was she aware of that? I mean, because I've heard different things that she knew and that she didn't know, or was it just something that it didn't seem to be noticed?
Well, she and I never discussed it.
Oh, of course.
Mm-hmm. I heard the rumors. She heard the rumors, obviously. But it was never a matter of discussion between us, and I never discussed it with any other agents, so I really didn't know anything about that.
So there wasn't this, you guys would get together and kind of start telling tales, huh? No?
Not at all.
There was I read too, and again, it's not that you just want to harp on the assassination, but it is, you know, it's an amazing piece of history. And
absolutely.
What I read your account of it was interesting because you said that you thought, because we've always thought that the first shot skips, hits James Tague in the cheek, then the second shot goes through the back of the throat, and then the third shot is the final shot. But you said you thought the first shot actually hit him, and you didn't hear the second shot.
That's right. First shot hit him in the middle of the back, way up at the neckline, and came out through the throat. Actually, would not have been a fatal wound. Second shot did not hit him. And Mrs. Connolly, who was sitting next to her husband, was the best judge of that. She said the second shot's the shot that hit her husband.
Wow.
That is where the magic bullet theory comes in, which I don't believe in either. That's part
that was actually two bullets then.
Well,
what they assumed was one magic bullet was actually two shots. Okay.
This was that at that time the attorney was Warren Spector, I think his name was.
Arlen Spector.
Arlen Spector, and that was his theory that this bullet did all these dips and turns and did all this damage.
You don't buy that
subscribe
one,
to that, no.
Yeah.
We had another agent say that too. That he thought. Remember, who wrote a book recently, and he called in and he said that he thought that the first bullet actually struck.
Well, I'm sure it did because that's why I reacted.
Did you know immediately what it was? You didn't think it was a car backfiring, or were you not sure?
I wasn't sure exactly what it was. I heard the explosive noise, but when I saw him react, then I realized that something had happened, and I jumped and ran. And when I was running was the second shot. Apparently, I didn't even hear it.
How big of a threat were you expecting, knowing that now in hindsight it's kind of hard to assess that, but at the time we hear about that there was kind of this threat that it might be dangerous for him to go to Dallas. Were you aware of this?
We didn't. There wasn't a thought that it was any more dangerous to go into Dallas than any other place in the South at that time.
Mm-hmm.
We had really no intelligence information that would indicate there was going to be a problem. We knew that the ambassador to the United Nations, Adlai Stevenson, had been in Dallas, and that he had not received a warm reception, had been spit on and things of that nature.
Yeah.
We knew that there was a general who was retired living in Dallas named Walker, sitting in his office one day, and somebody shot at him. Missed, but the bullet lodged in the paneling behind his head.
Didn't they say that was Oswald that actually did that?
That's what it turned out to be. It came out, they pulled the slug out of the paneling, and when they got Oswald's rifle from the 6th floor where he had hidden it near the stairway, and they checked it ballistically. It was that bullet was fired from the same gun.
Wow.
And you know, because you were right there, you heard the shot come from behind you,
from my right rear.
Why? And I know that again, hindsight's 20/20, but why was it typical to allow open windows or things like that? And why did they allow the car to take that turn? It just seemed like such a dangerous. Was that just a judgment error by whoever? I'm not a conspiracy guy, by the way. I actually believe Oswald did do it. But was that just a judgment error by the agent in charge, or
it wasn't a judgment error at all? Situation was that insofar as open windows, that was par for the course, no matter if we were in Europe, South America, or in this country. And to be honest, in '63, buildings didn't have central air conditioning for the most part. A lot of them.
Right.
Yeah, open a window.
Right, and people open windows. And in this case, people were hanging out of windows. They were on balconies and rooftops. So that was not that unusual.
Don't you find things get lost in history and these conspiracy theories, and then you spell something out so simply, and that absolutely seems to be the most logical, reasonable explanation as to why the windows are open.
Well, that's it, you know. And you ask about why did we take that route? Why did we make that left-hand turn on Elm Street? Our destination was the Trade Mart in Dallas, which was just off the Stemmons Freeway. We were coming down Main Street. Now, Main Street, if we would have gone straight ahead, we would not have been able to turn right onto Stemmons Freeway, which is what we had to do in order to get to the Trade Mart. The only way to get there was to turn right onto Houston, then turn left onto Elm, go under the triple underpass, then get on the freeway. Other than that, we couldn't have gone to the Trade Mart that way.
See, there's a simple
There's
explanation,
a logical explanation.
that
Right.
makes a lot more sense than some convoluted
There
conspiracy.
was actually a barricade at the end of Main Street where Stemmons Freeway was that you couldn't have turned right.
And can you and then you heard the shot and you ran towards the car, and there's the very famous moment of Mrs. Kennedy coming back on the car, and there was all the speculation. At first they thought, was she trying to help and pull you into the car because it looked like you were struggling.
It appears that way, but that was not what happened. When the president was hit in the head with the third bullet, the explosion was so severe in the head that bone fragments and blood and brain matter erupted from the wound. Some of it came off and went to the right rear, across the trunk of the car. She saw that, and she was trying to reach some of that material. She didn't even know I was there. This is what she testified to later. And then when I grabbed her and put her back in the back seat, and she sat down, then his body fell into its head in her lap.
Wow.
So.
And you were holding on for dear life as you guys are speeding towards Parkland Memorial.
Yeah, we were running upwards of 80 miles an hour.
Wow. And you were just holding on to the
Well,
back
I kind of wedged myself in between the two sides of the car.
Wow.
So I lost my sunglasses. They blew off.
Yeah, you said that was the speed. You just turned your head in the glass, which means if you would have let go. And with the car behind you was, you said, within 5 feet, right?
All the time. Yeah.
Did you know that moment that it was a fatal shot?
I thought it was as soon as I saw him lying in her lap because his eyes were fixed. Because I could actually see into his head from the wound.
Wow.
And I could see a lot of the brain matter was gone. And so I gave the follow-up car crew a thumbs down. And
wow.
What was the sound?
Wow.
When that because there's a Zapruder film is silent, and again there's that cop radio that might have been left on, which they try to get acoustics from.
Yeah.
But the sound you describe of the shot is so. It's just like what could you describe it?
It's like a bullet hitting something very hard but hollow.
Oh wow.
Like something like a melon.
Similar.
And
it caused the wound to open up, and then it caused a flap. The skin from the exterior of the skull didn't actually come off. Part of it was intact, and so it just kind of made a flap that went forward.
Up. Wow.
That's what you see in the film.
Was she saying anything in the car? Or was she quiet, or was anybody saying anything?
She was in shock.
Yeah.
But she did say that, they've shot his head off, and then she just said, Jack, what have they done to you?
Wow.
As you guys were going, or once you got there?
As we were moving.
And what happened when you got to the hospital? Because I know that they had to get Connolly out in order to get the president out of the, fold the jump seat.
The jump seats were where Mrs. Connolly and the governor were seated, which is right in front of the president, Mrs. Kennedy. And in order to get the president out, we had to get Connolly out first to fold those jump seats down. And so that took a little time. And then we were going to move the president, but she wouldn't let go of the body. Because she didn't want anybody to, I thought anyway, she didn't want anybody to see what he looked like.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So I took my jacket off, and I covered his head and his upper back. When I did that, she let go. Then we lifted him up and put him on a gurney and took him into the emergency room.
And what was your first feeling when you knew he had... Because you talk, it's interesting to hear you talk in the book about failure, and you felt like you failed, or that you...
Well, there's no question about that. We had a responsibility, and we failed in that responsibility. There's no question about that at all. And I personally had the feeling that because I was the only agent in a position, since the way we were positioned that day, I was in a follow-up car, left side and the front. When the sound of the explosive noise came, my eyes scanned from where I was looking on my left-hand side across the president's car. I saw what happened. The other agents were scanning away from the car toward the sound noise. They didn't see what happened. I was the only one who had that opportunity, and I was unable to get there.
And but if you could have jumped in and taken the shot, you would have.
Oh, absolutely, certainly.
What trained you for that? What trained you for the ability to throw your body in front of a bullet? I mean, just because
it's against every instinct. Yeah.
Well, I guess it is, but it's just something that you recognize when you accept that job that may be a possibility.
And when you guys left, I know that you left D.C. and it was interesting in the book where you talked about how his son liked to go on the helicopter, and he liked to take his son on the helicopter with him.
John loved helicopters. And he, that morning, they had agreed to allow him to ride with him from the White House to Andrews Air Force Base, where Air Force One was located. And so Agent Foster came with him when we flew from the White House to Andrews, and then Mommy and Daddy got off to get on Air Force One, and he really started to cry. He wanted to go with them. We knew he couldn't go, and the President, Miss Kennedy, knew he couldn't go. So they tried to, appease him a little bit, and then the President turned to Agent Foster and said, Agent Foster, will you look after John until I get back? And that really aided us over the years because we knew what happened.
Yeah,
He never did come back. So that bothered us a great deal.
What was the last thing he said to his son?
They mentioned to him that, we'll be back and we'll bring you back something special for your birthday, because his birthday was the next Monday.
Oh, wow.
The 25th.
And that would turn out to be the day
of the funeral.
Wow. That's rough.
Yeah, it's really, it's these things that I've never heard any of this stuff before told from the perspective of, because you're the agent that everybody mentions, not in a negative way, but just as the most famous agent associated.
I was there.
Yeah, you were there.
Because you were there. And you saw it. Were you the one, too? There was an interesting thing where in Parkland Memorial, you talked to Robert Kennedy.
Yes, I was on the phone with the White House talking to my supervisor. And the operator cut in and said, Mr. Hill, the Attorney General wants to talk to you. And apparently he had received a call from J. Edgar Hoover. And Hoover just simply said to him that the president's been shot. He didn't give him any more than that. So when the Attorney General talked to me, he said, Clint, he said, what's going on down there? So I explained to him that the governor had been shot, his brother had been shot, the president, and that we were in Parkland Memorial Hospital in the emergency section. And he didn't realize how bad it was. And so he said, well, how bad is it? Now, I did not want to tell him that his brother was dead. So I just simply said, it's as bad as it can get. And when I said that, he just hung up.
Wow.
That's how
And you described the mood in the hospital. It just, when you read it seemed unimaginably hopeless. This feeling you guys seem to be having, like almost like in a zombie state, walking around, not quite believing what had just happened.
Well, we were emotionally it really hit us, but we had a job to do still. And in the hospital, I'll say this for the staff there, they did everything they could trying to revive him. They didn't leave anything left.
Were you in the room when they were trying to revive him?
I was on the phone right outside the room.
Right outside the room?
My supervisor went in and out of the room, and Mrs. Kennedy went in and out of the room.
And they tried to stop her at one point, didn't they, from going in?
Yes, just before they decided that it was hopeless and they was going to pronounce him dead. And the Dr. Berkeley interceded and permitted her to go into the room.
Oh, because they just so she could be with him when he
died.
Were there moments that, like, as you go through talking about bringing the casket onto Air Force One, were there moments where you would kind of go in and out of believing what happened? Like, were there moments where it would just, like, you would see something that it would just hit you, the reality of what was happening? Because you said keeping busy is kind of what kept you going.
It was. That's what really kept you going. And when if you had any downtime, it's when you got to thinking, and you would go into really deep depression. So the thing was, keep busy.
Yeah.
Well, we were able to do that because there were so few of us, and there was nobody to replace us.
Huh.
And we didn't have any counseling, nobody there to talk to us about this. So it was just work, work, work. And, for example, that night we finally got back to the White House after the autopsy at Bethesda and everything. And the body was placed in the East Room around 4:30 in the morning. About 6, I felt comfortable with Mrs. Kennedy being up on the second level of the private residence area to leave the area and go home for a while. So I went home and changed clothes, showered, got a little bit to eat, and then I came right back. And I worked all that next day until midnight. Came back early on Sunday morning, worked all that day again until like midnight.
What were your duties in the days after that?
During the funeral?
Yeah, like in between the
leading up to the funeral, right?
When you got back to Washington, in between that and the funeral, what were your day-to-day the business?
I was standing by for her most of the time and trying to answer questions. She wanted to do certain things in the funeral. For example, she wanted to walk.
Right. Yeah.
And not just from the White House to St. Matthews.
The whole way.
She wanted to walk the whole way. And
how long of a walk would that have been?
Well, from the White House to the Capitol, and then back from the Capitol to the White House to St. Matthews to Arlington National Cemetery.
Yeah, that's a lot of walking. Yeah,
it's possible, no problem. I mean, with her condition, she could have done it, sure. But it was a security nightmare.
Yeah.
Because it was just not she and the children and the family members. It was the president and his wife, First Lady Mrs. Johnson. It was all the visiting heads of state, including Charles de Gaulle from France and Haile Selassie from Ethiopia, the presidents of Ireland, Germany, just all, there were over 100 heads of state there. So finally it brought down, she agreed that she would just walk from the White House to St. Matthews, which was better than the original plan.
Wow. Of walking to have to protect, because they were going to walk if she walked. They couldn't.
Oh, there was no question about that. They weren't going to, get in a car and follow this lady walking down the street.
When was the last time you actually saw her or with her?
At the funeral for Robert Kennedy in 1968, and then she got married that fall.
So you saw her at the funeral. Did you speak at all at Robert's funeral?
Not because I was at that time the agent in charge of presidential protection. I was with President Johnson.
And so you didn't get a chance. When was the last time you actually got a chance to speak to her?
I talked to her periodically between 1964, when I left and returned to the White House, and 1968. She would call sometimes and about things about the children, usually, about some of the security coverage for the children. She was always concerned about, the children being allowed to do certain things, and so I would talk to her about that.
Did you miss her on a personal level?
Very much so.
Really? Yeah.
She was a wonderful person, a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And there's been this speculation. I know people have asked you about it. If you were in love with her, and I kind of, it sounds like a trite question, but reading, you said something about when she looked at you, and you said there was no lying to me in her eyes, which sounds like it's not a sensual thing to say, but it's an intimate, it's a very close thing.
Well, we knew each other very well. She knew my secrets, I knew her secrets. So we had a very close relationship, and I knew what she was thinking about, things that she liked, didn't like.
When you're away with someone like that, is it hard not to feel connected on that level? Because even though you're there to protect her and you're working, I mean, she's still a person and you're a person. Is it hard to not begin to look at things differently than you're supposed to?
Not really, because she was my responsibility. She also became probably my closest best friend at the time. So it was kind of a combination thing.
And when she, I know she died in '94. She passed away, I think, non-Hodgkin's, right?
Yeah,
lymphoma.
May of 1994.
And I know you said you were tempted to speak to her when you heard that she was
very sick. Yeah, I wanted to call her up, but I had a sense that just hearing my voice would bring back those days in Dallas, and I didn't want that to happen. And I knew hearing her voice would bring it back to me too.
So you were tempted to call, but you just decided.
I thought it was in the best interest of everybody not to do it.
Is it something that you regret?
I would like to have talked to her, but probably best that we didn't.
Did she die soon after you found out? Was it like it wasn't enough time?
Oh yeah, I went into the White House. President Clinton called, and his agent called me and wanted me to come into the White House, and so I did, and she died that night. So there wasn't any time.
Oh, the night I read that Clinton wanted to meet you.
Yes, that was the same day that she died.
I guess the guys like Clinton and Obama and all these guys who, I mean, because every American president since Kennedy, even if they didn't like him politically, kind of revered him, with the exception maybe of Nixon, who knew him, or people who knew him. They must all want to just ask you what he was like, or what type of a person he was, or how it was to be in that part of history.
Well, he was a real down-to-earth guy. I mean, he was a man's man. He knew all of us, the agents by name, for example. We had been with President Eisenhower. He called us all, "Hey, agent."
Oh, really? Hey, agent.
But
now, did it feel rude when he would say that? Or?
No, because he was here was a guy been a general.
Yeah,
and we were just part of his troops, and so that was the easiest thing to do. Hey, but
that's how they talk to us here, but it tastes scum.
But with President Kennedy, it was first name basis, and he'd ask about your family, and he knew every one of us.
He really was that charismatic guy that everybody
absolutely was.
It seemed like when he was in the room with the First Lady, though, it seemed like she was the one everybody focused on. Like she was like the only person that seemed to be almost larger than life than he was when they were together.
Well, that was true when we'd go on trips. We'd go to overseas to a country, and she would draw just tremendous crowds wherever she when she was alone. And if she were with the president, the size of the crowd would normally double what he normally would receive because of her presence. And then the fact that she spoke the foreign languages that mostly in the countries we were visiting, that just made it that much more that she was popular among the people.
And I'm sure you have stuff from that time in your life. It was interesting. What is your most prized thing that you have from the Kennedys? I'm sure that they gave you something. Was it a note or something that you got from them?
Well, I have so many things. One of the things I have is a medal that I was. Medal, I mean, it was a handmade medal with a paper chain that the president placed around my neck after having walked 50 miles with his brother-in-law and his best friend in my Florsheim shoes.
Why'd you walk 50 miles?
It was a spur-of-the-moment decision by Mrs. Kennedy on a Friday evening in Palm Beach, Florida. She called me up. I had gone off work, and she and the president were going out to dinner, and my assistant was with them. And she called and said, "Oh, Mr. Hill," she said, "President and I want you to do something." I said, "Well, what can I do for you?" And she said, Prince Radzivill's here and Chuck Spaulding's down here, and they're going for a 50-mile hike. And the president and I are going to come out and see them periodically. And so we know that one of the agents is going to have to be out there in advance, and we'd like for you to do that and to make sure that everything's okay for the Prince and Charlotte. So this is like 8 o'clock on a Friday night. I said, "Okay, Mrs. Kennedy." I said, "When do they want to go?" She said, "Oh, they're planning to leave about midnight." I thought, "Oh, my God, how am I going to do this?" So I said, "Okay, I'll be right there." So I hung up the phone and tried to think, what the heck am I going to wear to do this? And I had a sweatshirt there with me and some things, but the shoes I had were regular dress Florsheim shoes, similar to the ones I have right on now.
My
You had no sneakers?
Wow. 50 miles in dress shoes.
Wow. So at midnight, we started down the Sunshine Parkway in Florida and kept going until we finished the 50-mile hike.
How long?
We started at midnight Friday night. We finished that Saturday evening. I wouldn't give you the exact time, but in the evening.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Almost 24 hours. And you obviously you all carry weapons. Is there the Secret Service doesn't just you didn't just have a pistol. What did they give you like a I've heard the agents could put a gun together really quickly. Anthony, you may know.
Listening to this.
I don't know.
You're hilarious.
Anthony, you may want to.
Well, no, I don't know what weapons they carry. I'm sure you had some kind of heavier stuff than just your.
Well, on that hike, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't. You just had your
revolver.
What did the
agents
trusty
carry?
revolver?
I had a 2.5-inch Smith.
Oh, okay, yeah.
What did the agents carry in 1962? I'm sure it's different than what they have today.
Most of them carried 4-inch, 38 caliber weapons.
Your old service revolver kind of a thing, yeah.
That was the standard issue.
And what about if you needed a little bigger punch?
They eventually went to a Magnum.
Oh, okay. Were there any little submachine guns underneath some of the clothing?
At first, we used a Thompson 45.
Oh man, that's a kind of a big thing to hide.
Yeah, well, yeah.
heavy to
Then
carry.
They went to an AR-15.
Again, a little big.
Then we went to an Uzi.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You guys carry Uzis?
A little smaller then.
Wow. Wow. How much do you, or how annoying do you find the conspiracy theorists who say things that you just know isn't true?
They're very annoying, but I've gotten to the point I just ignore them because most of it is so foolish and stupid that it's not believable by anybody. I can't see how they believe it.
Was there ever one you heard that made you go like, huh? Because you'll always hear one thing that makes you like, oh, that's possible.
There are a couple. One was that the driver of the presidential vehicle turned, drew his revolver, and fired and shot the president. Well, if you knew the configuration of the car and where all the people were seated, it was impossible for him to do it. And if he'd have tried, he'd have probably hit Mrs. Kennedy in the head because at the time of the shot, she would have been almost between the driver and the president. The second one was that the guy that was handling the heavy weapon in the follow-up car, George Hickey, that was his name, shot the president with that weapon. And it's just so... He was in the back of the follow-up car between the president's closest political aide, Kenny O'Donnell, and the president's personal closest friend, Dave Powers. And...
Don't think they would have allowed that.
Well, and back there with him was another intelligence agent. So, I mean,
it's ridiculous.
It just wasn't feasible.
I've heard the guy in the sewer. I've heard that there was a guy, that was another great one, that there was a guy actually in the sewer on Dealey Plaza. Yeah, I mean,
Umbrella Man?
Umbrella Man,
sure.
He was a signal.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, God.
And it's silly how these things catch on and people they want there to be... What do you think it is that people just want there to be something more?
Well, they can't believe that one person did this alone.
Has the power to do that. It almost makes you feel a little too vulnerable.
But if you go into assassination history, you'll find that almost in every case, it's one person that acted alone.
When you think of that day, when you think of being behind that, or that moment, obviously, what is the image that jumps out at you the most? Is it not the shot? Is it something on the back of the car? Is it a smell of exhaust? What is it that you associate with that?
It's the picture of the president lying in Mrs. Kennedy's lap, the right side of his face up, his eyes fixed, with a hole in the upper right rear of his head, and not knowing that he was dead.
Wow. And you knew that she knew it, and that there was...
And that's embedded in my mind, and it just will never leave.
After you left the White House, and how did you deal with? Was there depression or grief or what came after?
I was fine as long as I kept real busy, and eventually I was transferred over to headquarters. This is in 1971 or so, and given a desk job, deputy assistant director for protection. Because of that, I had a lot of time to think. And the assassination just weighed on me day after day after day. And I became very depressed, and because of that, physically had problems. So when I retired in 1975, I was becoming a real physical wreck. Then I did an interview with 60 Minutes that fall. And then I just went into a deeper depression, and I started to drink. And I secluded myself in my home, in my basement, with lots of scotch and a lot of cigarettes. And I lived out like that for 7 years, cut myself off from all my friends and associates. They'd come by, and I wouldn't even acknowledge them hardly. Finally, a doctor, a friend of mine, said, you have a choice, live or die. You either quit what you're doing or you're going to die soon. So I quit. Cold turkey.
Wow.
And I eventually recovered. By 1990, I went back to Dallas to walk the area of Dealey Plaza, to go up in the 6th floor depository and see from the shooter's advantage point what it looked like. And I came away with the conclusion that, well, he had all the advantages that day. We didn't have any. And because of that and the configuration of everything, the angle of the street, because Elm Street runs away from the building, gives him really a great shot from the right to the back. And he was only about maybe 100, 120 feet away.
It's not going side to side either.
No.
You got a pretty much,
Straight
it's
on
virtually a stationary target at
If you
that
ever
point.
go there, you're going to say to yourself, I didn't realize it was this short a distance.
Yeah, I've
It's
been
close,
to,
yeah.
We've
We've
together.
seen it.
And how did it feel being back there, just walking on that plaza and seeing
Well,
that?
it was very emotional at first. And that was the first time I was back there. And then I went back there again in 2010.
Oh.
We had a reunion of the agents who were still living and had been there. And we all got together for the first time and discussed it. We had never talked about it before among ourselves or with our families.
Wow.
And so for the first time, after 47 years later, we talked about it.
And how was that?
Very emotional. And Discovery Channel did a special on it.
On you guys all
They-
discussing it.
And
wow.
they interviewed each of us. And it's rather emotional to
That.
watch.
Hell yeah.
And the driver was, so most of those guys are still living, or all of them?
It's only about 17 of us left.
How many were there originally?
34 on the president's detail, 2 with First Lady, and 3 with the 2 children.
And it's really, the depressing thing is, too, that the Kennedys all died young. I mean, even Jacqueline Kennedy was 64, but that's not old compared to...
Not today, compared to today's
Yeah.
right now.
And John Jr.,
Very young.
it's just a tragic, tragic family. I mean, it seems like the Kennedys have all this mystique around them, and they were this blessed family, but there's been a lot of tragedy.
Well, I mean, there were some before the president. I mean, his brother Joe was killed in the World War II. His sister, Kick, they called her, Kathleen, was killed, and so the entire family had...
Didn't they have a son pass away as well? JFK and...
well, Joe.
Oh, who was was that Patrick that died? Or
Well, that was President and Mrs. Kennedy's son, Pat.
was, yeah.
Yeah, he died in 1962. He was born on August 7th and died on August 9th.
Wow.
Jeez. Yeah, a lot of tragedy there. Wow.
Unbelievable.
the book
Amazing.
is called. I'm sorry, I babble so much. The book.
No,
man,
please.
we
It's
did
so
great.
fascinating.
The book is called Mrs. Kennedy and Me. And there's a great shot of you guys' profile on the cover. She's like in a sailing outfit. She looks really beautiful, and you look like you're listening to whatever she's telling you. And Clint Hill. And are you doing any signings with this or no?
Yes.
Do you know? Do we have information on a signing?
Well, we're almost through signing here in New York. We signed last night at Barnes & Noble. Our next city will be Kansas City on Wednesday the 11th.
Can I, one final question. It seems like you got your life back together in 1990, right? More or
Yes.
less. So what have you been doing since 1990?
Well, I did a little bit of consulting work with various people, and then started to work on this book, on the book for a previous book called The Kennedy Detail,
Right.
which was written by a former agent friend of mine, and Lisa McCubbin, who wrote this book. We call it our book because she's the one that really wrote it.
Well, you still dictated to her what happened. I mean, without
Well,
yours.
I told her things, and she wrote it down.
Yeah, that's fine.
I like Clint Hill. He's all right, man.
What a secret keeper too. What a secret keeper. I mean, you guys.
Secret keeper.
I mean that in a positive way. You guys didn't discuss it. I mean, just men back then were different. Like I'm such a fucking emotional boob. These guys back then were just rocks.
And you know he knows stuff that he'll never tell.
Of course.
We're not even going to try to get it out of you. We know.
Wouldn't be a secret if I told
Yeah.
you.
But
I know.
I can look in his eyes and know he's just one of those guys. He'll never give up some stuff.
That's why I couldn't do what he does. Besides the whole man factor and
Right.
jumping in front of something, which I wouldn't be willing to do.
Oh, hell no.
In hindsight,
babble.
when you look back at what you went through, it obviously was post-traumatic stress.
Oh, yes.
Would you have been open to the type of help that's available now, or would you back then have considered that almost weak?
I think we probably would have considered it weak. It wasn't available to us, first
Right,
of all.
yeah.
And we didn't have anybody to replace us, so we could have done that anyway. But we probably would have all felt that we were stronger than that. We shouldn't have to do that.
And when you got together and spoke with the other agents, did you all have that in common? That
Yes.
kind of depression and the what is post-traumatic stress?
Everybody had the same thing.
Wow.
And
is it kind of? Did it make you feel better realizing that everybody else was going through the same thing?
Well, yes, and it just made us feel better just talking about it,
right?
Getting it out. And I think the one thing we all would have tell you is that the best thing could have been is if we would have counseling.
A little, or maybe even just talked about it a little earlier
among ourselves.
Amongst yourselves,
yes,
yeah.
It would have been beneficial.
Yeah, commiserate a little bit. Yeah, wow, amazing.
Yeah,
fascinating.
you look great. I don't know exactly how old you are, but
I'm 80 years old.
You look
fantastic. Doing something right.
Wow.
By the way, you can
Healthy.
order the book through our Facebook page, Opie and Anthony.
It's nice to know
Okay.
also
Yeah,
you could
yeah,
spend 7 years drinking and smoking and still maybe squeak out 80 more
out
years.
80.
You know?
Well, I don't recommend it.
Now, that is the most encouraging part, though, is if you want to lock yourself in your basement, you'll
Yeah,
have a few good
years. You know, you got to stop eventually, but have yourself a little party.
So Kansas City on the 11th, I guess, I don't know where to find out the information. If we get it, we will just
We'll
say
get it and pass it
when
on,
we come back
absolutely.
from break.
Please, yeah.
But you're a fascinating guy.
Well, I'll
Yeah, it
see,
brings
I'll
a
see if
really-
we can't provide you that information.
Yeah. And it does put a completely human element to something that people are so detached from, and seeing it in film clips and sound bites. But the human element, you saw this and you're conveying a story is amazing. Really is.
Can I just ask one last question? Is what happened the first time you actually saw the Zapruder film?
Well, I was really surprised at what I did see because I had no idea what it looked like.
How long after did you see
I
it?
didn't see that until sometime in 1964.
Oh, you saw it before the public did then. That was okay.
Well, I would think so, yeah, because the Secret Service did get the film. And then it appeared parts of it appeared in Life because they sold it to Life magazine, not the Secret Service, the Zapruders.
Abraham Zapruder, yeah. I think it was that like 5 years before the public actually saw it in that. In the Clay Short trial, I think it was the first time it was shown.
Oh, really?
I'm
I
guessing.
don't
I
know.
don't remember. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks so much
Amazing.
for coming in.
Well, thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate it.
Clint Hill, everyone.
Sirius XM. This is the Opie and Anthony Show.
It's almost time to go home. 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 It's almost time to go
Boy, call me sir, goddamn.
Rolling. How was that? Jimmy did a great job, by the way.
I was with the publicist. I didn't hear it.
Jimmy was in control.
I like how the publicist was like, thank you guys, for being respectful. We, when we heard that you're going to be on the show, we were thinking, like, what the fuck were we going to, did they think we were going to do?
Look.
Show us your cock, so you fucker. Like,
Did he
what
get
we-
it in?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we do have a history, but we also have a history of treating guests properly.
I mean, that
this
guy,
point, so-
what the hell do you think we were going to...
No, they're very happy,
They
by the way.
probably
I don't want
Googled
to
too.
confuse this.
Somebody probably Googled the show. They probably
Yeah.
just were like, "What these guys were doing?"
Oh,
That's all.
God, these idiots.
And me and Ann were talking, and I was like, wow, they haven't talked since 1964, because I think they had a tiff.
I think they had a little tiff.
And I
maybe.
go, of course, the tiff is, oh, that's right, my husband's dead, and you were responsible for
Yeesh.
protecting him that day. That would be a tiff, I think. How do you live with yourself? Because
That's
I mean,
tough. Well,
you're
he obviously
hired.
had a hard time.
You're
living with
hired to
himself.
protect the president, and he ends up dead. That's all you think in your own head. You can't really justify it and go, oh well, this happened, and we wouldn't have been able to protect, him from this or that. You still have that in your head constantly.
What he said was, like, it was weird when you read it. Like, he would put stuff in italics, like, which I thought was interesting. It's just the back thought you're having.
Mm-hmm.
He would say, we're going back to Washington. And then he would put in italics, back to Washington with the president in a casket. Oh, my God. Like,
his thoughts.
These weird back thoughts. The use of italics, as odd as that sounds, was so insightful because it gave you the narrative of what was happening. And then you just realize, like, the fucking.
I like
agonizing-
italics food.
Oh God.
I like iPhonics. That's how I could call my italics on the phone or something. I don't know what I know.
Or like Japaneseics. Or something.
That was an amazing interview.
That was really great, man. It was.
He was phenomenal.
You could see the 1 degree of separation between him and history. I mean, the way he talks about it isn't like anything I've ever seen before. And I've talked with many people about the Kennedy assassination and whatnot. But there's that thing that separates you from it. And he's a link to that whole thing. And the way he describes it firsthand, being on the back of that limo, looking at his face with his eyes fixed like that, it brings you closer to that situation and it makes it more real.
Because it's from memory.
Yeah.
It's from memory.
He remembers that.
He described that head being hit as the sound a melon makes when it gets shot, and you can fucking hear that. Like, I know what that would sound like. The to me, the hopelessness of hearing that, like of knowing.
You know what? I think I finally believe Oswald did it.
Yeah.
Finally, today.
Also, him knowing the president of the United States, Kennedy, was dead before anyone else knew. Like that split second, he's like, me and Jackie Kennedy are the only people on Earth that know the president's dead, and it's going to be the story of history.
He
and
thumbs
he knew
down
at that fucking second.
He thumbed down. Is it on video somewhere where he's giving the thumbs down like you described?
No, that's because that was.
I always say video. You know what I mean? Film.
That was
Bruder fucking card.
No, that was also because that was after I'm sure the car was out of view. That was probably once they were going because the Zapruder film only shows them zipping towards the underpass and that's it.
No one else picked up from that point on.
No, there was
Along
no
the
cameras.
route?
There's a couple of
Back
videos of the
then,
assassination.
yeah.
Wait, there's a lot of photos of it.
Right.
A lot of photos. There's a few 8mm
There might
kind
be
of
three
movies and
three
shit.
videos of it or something.
Yeah. But it wasn't like now where everybody would have had their phone out.
It's
You'd have
amazing
got
there's any video.
800 angles of what happened if people had phones like they do now.
When you say when he talks about looking in and seeing the vacant eyes of Kennedy,
oh my
and
God.
seeing inside of his head and the brain matter,
He sees that every day of his life now in his head.
he knows what that looks like. Like that's a memory from here. It's so weird to connect to something that big in history.
I know.
with
I
the
never
guy.
have people sign my books and stuff, and I'll read this one too.
I
and
tell
I
you,
don't read.
it's
for
fucking
fuck's
great.
sake.
What I've read, I have not read all of it. Obviously, I skimmed the first chapter and then the end and the epilogue.
Were you amazed that he didn't go back until 1990?
No, I mean
That's 27 years.
That would be fucking though. You know, think of the worst time of your life. Why the fuck would you want to go back to the same place again?
Oh, it's
You
history
know?
and all that.
Yeah, it's history, but for him, it's just a personal moment of failure, of sadness, of horror. You know, I wouldn't want to go back either.
He's a shorter guy than I thought he would be. He was a smaller guy.
He sounded a lot taller on the radio.
God, he knew the Kennedy. He can sit there and remember John Kennedy's handshake, or the way his cologne smelled, or these weird...
The pussy on his fingers.
Yeah, absolutely.
From that goddamn intern.
Clint, give me a nose.
Clint.
But it's amazing that he can remember that stuff and not theorize about it.
He knows shit.
Oh, dude, he knows everything.
It's so obvious he knows shit.
I think he's still coughing up some of those cigarettes he smoked in the basement, too.
Yeah.
It's amazing he's still alive. I mean, guys back then, men,
Scotch
just
and
drinking and
cigarettes.
smoking
And
like
it was
they
scotch,
did.
too, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's
It's
the
just
hot
amazing.
Stuff. The hot stuff. And he does consulting work, and someone writes, that means he killed motherfuckers. Imagine he's been taking it out on people for the last... Who knows how many years?
Working people over.
To make up for it. He's probably a vigilante. It's the only way to get by.
In the book, it's sad when he talks about John Jr. That was sad. Yeah, it's very sad. Because he talks about the kid going on the helicopter.
Yeah.
And,
well, that was the, when you watch him saluting like that, it's one of those, oh, God, moments. You're like, ugh.
But just like, that was one of those italic moments where it's like, yeah, we'll see when we'll be back in 3 days. The parents told him. It's like, oh, fuck, man. Really sad.
I think we should celebrate the fact we had an amazing interview and get the hell out of here.
I think so, too. Shut the fuck up, Sam.
Well, you know what?
Sam!
It's Friday.
How about you pat us all on the back
Yeah.
instead of making us stay
Yeah,
till
really.
10 today? I don't
Just
know
when
how
you-
you
just
became
when-
our boss, by the way. I'm confused by that.
You know what? Just when you think you're doing a show, think of what we just did and realize that's a fucking radio show, not, Troy's going to yell at some girl today.
Why don't you...
Real show.
Sam.
Real show.
Let everybody pat you on the back.
No, I want you.
Yeah.
Do me this favor and go around the room and pat each of us on the back.
Okay.
I
It was really good.
I think it's
I'm
appropriate.
gonna get my back ready.
I think it's appropriate.
And then we're gonna go home. And then next week you could start back up with all that bullshit of yours. Thank you.
I'll even turn my back a little bit this way.
Legit.
Thank you. All right, but pat us on the back.
Jimmy loves his pat on his back.
Good job, Andy.
Don't touch me.
He doesn't like being touched.
Good job, Opie.
Thank you.
That's it. Pats on the back all around.
And
How are you going
And
to
rolling
follow this show?
for yes, booking the guest. Fuck Tara Reid is what I say. Tara Reid has a fake flu, can't come in here, and we got a guy that was part of history that did the show.
Yeah.
All right. Wow, that was amazing.
That's it. Where do you go from here? I say home.
An interview.
Oh, we forgot to ask about Mimi Beardsley, though.
I wasn't going to bring up Mimi
I
Beardsley.
would have, but he probably wouldn't even remember her.
Yeah.
Another an intern from 40.
Oh, great.
That's so. I would ask somebody about that who was on Kennedy's Intimate Detail.
Yeah.
But for him, like the assassination.
Mimi Beardsley.
I thought of it, but I'm like, he won't. What's he gonna say?
I think he had a Halle Berry moment, when she was mourning and then had that sex.
I wonder.
With, what's his
Jackie?
name? Jackie?
Mimi Beardsley.
No, I mean, she was all depressed and stuff about maybe his fooling around and.
Oh, maybe.
Had a weak moment and then he got in there.
I would love to get Mimi Beardsley.
Like Billy Bob Thornton. The Billy Bob Thornton, Halle Berry scene. You think one of those scenes went down with Clint Hill and the First Lady?
Could have.
Yeah.
I wish he was here to ask.
And I know he wishes he would have called her when she was sick.
Yeah, what was that about?
I think he was just too emotional, and he realized that he said that he was just he didn't want to bring that up to her because it would remind her of the day. And she also.
So they obviously were really good friends, and then I'll shut up. He didn't see her past 1964 because it was just too painful to see anyone from that day.
Yeah, it was just too. It just brought you right back to that horrible, horrible moment.
Because he says they were best friends, or she was his best friend, and then 1964, that was it. Never talked to her again. Wow.
BFFs.
Were they BFFs?
Forever.
Forever.
And she certainly was a MILF.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she was a MILF.
Jackie-O.
All right.
Well, he's from. I don't know if he's still in Washington, D.C. or not.
I refuse to make Sam any happier.
In honor of the White House.
Sitting here.
No, but Jimmy's getting at something.
Yeah, I'm sorry, sir.
That's okay, buddy.
Sorry, sir.
Why are you wondering if he's still in
Because I will be
I got
in Washington, D.C., April 12th, the D.C. Improv, and Clint Hill will be there. And he's got secrets to confess.
Really?
No. April 19th through 21, I'll be in Cincinnati. And those are my gigs.
Happy Easter, everyone.
Yes, I will not be here Monday, but I'm back Tuesday.
Where are you going to be Monday?
I got to go to L.A. for something.
So let's all go do something on
the
Monday.
day after Easter. Why would you be here anyway?
Yeah, let's do something.
Oh, that's right.
What?
Day after Easter.
No guess. Why are we here Monday, Sam?
We shouldn't be. Easter
Why
Sunday.
did you schedule
Answer
us?
the motherfucking question, Sam.
Well, I mean, technically, the holiday is Good Friday, which you just worked through.
Jesus.
Good Monday
Friday.
is not
We
a
can't
holiday.
take a day for Jesus?
No, Monday's not a holiday.
Jesus.
And
I think Jesus would have liked us to take Monday off.
Why don't you think about all the people that have to go to work on Monday morning?
Yeah, fuck them.
And they want to wake up to the Opie and Anthony show.
They don't got a Sam Roberts in their office.
But what of Jesus?
I bet they all do.
They don't.
One guy that they all.
What about
What,
Jesus?
shithead? Yeah.
What of Jesus?
You guys are not religious people.
We are very
religious. Don't fucking
You
get
have
into
no
my
idea.
religion, my friend.
Maybe I'm not into organized religion, but I have Jesus in my life.
Disorganized.
I like disorganized religion.
Yes,
where everybody
communion
runs
wafers on
around.
the floor.
Going, God, Buddha, Muhammad, right? Christ, he's here, he's not here. Nobody knows Jews. We killed them. No, we didn't.
Disorganized religion. That's great.
Disorganized religion
Just in
sounds
disarray.
like an SFP's song.
Everyone shows up at the church, but no one knows what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
All trying to figure it out on the fly.
Everybody say your prayers. It's disorganized religion.
Oh, no.
Everybody say your prayers. Disorganized religion.
Sounds like a #1 hit tune.
Fucking so heavy, only the devil could lift it.
Oh, man. That's heavy.
Hey, this bothers people. The guy with the nail gun to the heart, I'm just going to play the audio.
Go ahead.
And just imagine what we would have said about it, all right?
Why don't you comment right after it?
And we'll see you guys soon.
All right.
With a name like Dennis Hennis, this violent New Jersey man has some funny stories.
You know, Dennis the Menace, you know, all the good stuff.
But there's nothing funny about the story he told us. Saturday, the 52-year-old self-employed builder was doing some work on a neighbor's roof when his nail gun jammed.
Like I've done 100 times before, just undo it, but it wasn't going so well, and I had turned it a little too far, and pop, felt like somebody poking you right in the chest.
That's right, a 3.5-inch nail shot right into the man's chest, hitting the right side of his heart. Hennis held on to part of that nail as he waited for paramedics who rushed him to the nearby hospital. Fog kept Hennis from being flown to Cooper University Hospital. An ambulance tried to take him, but he went into cardiac arrest and needed CPR, which moved the nail in his heart, creating a bigger hole.
I thought I was done. I really did.
Soon the fog lifted and Hennis was airlifted to Cooper, where he had to be revived 2 more times. A team including trauma and cardiac surgeons took over and fixed the damage to his heart.
You're talking about a puncture wound to the heart. He's very lucky. There's so many things that had to take place for him to be alive.
It was just a wonderful experience to be part of, to be honest with you. It was nice to have all those people working for one main goal, to get him better and to get him into the ICU.
Hennis, of course, is praising Cooper, and he plans to go back to work with the promise that he'll be a little more careful handling his nail gun.
Safety first. Yeah, safety first.
You've heard about it. You've waited 4 long hours for it. Finally, the moment is at hand. After Opie and Anthony Live is coming up next.